We have a lot of hope in him. Like the Ghanaians actually have this kind of hope. That's why they gave him the no.
Remove conversations with regards to illegal money from politics.
I don't think they can.
They can
because, especially with the communicators of the individualized political parties. Let's use MPP communicators for example. Sometimes, I think the last time someone was saying that one knows said they are all canon, it's a lie, but because of the party he or she is affiliated to, they try their possible best to lie for the party, cover up for the party, and look good in the eyes of the party, which is bad.
Patriotic citizen.
The water was getting clearer previously.
It's just like a mother, but there are some parents even in public, when you go wrong they'll rebuke you in front of everyone, but there are others who would pamper you, but once you get indoors they would rebuke you. So for our minister, Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin, mini micro
minority
leader. I'm really happy, especially coming from him. I'm really happy because this is not the time where we need to politicize Galamsey. And both the parties have failed the nation, both NPP, both NDC. As we always say, Galamsey didn't start from anyone's time. It started a long time ago, but it depends on how, when you come in power, you deal with the issue. Say a Yakufado time, and now Galamsey no a West, we will talk about it. If Mahamad's own was Wesa, we will talk about it. We will not say because we like someone, we hate someone, so we will try to push the blame to the one we hate, then we will praise the one we like. No. Galamsey as it stands is not an issue to be politicized, and we would always repeat that. We would hit on that. So for Alexander to come out to say this, he's also seeing the impact of Galamsey on individuals.
He's in the central regions, of course.
He will see. He will see it. Just today, I saw that a female chief sacked Galamseyers who were offering her 2 million Ghana cedis, and she seized excavators. We always say the fight of Galamsey is a collective responsibility. Yes. It starts from the chiefs. Because there's no way someone will come into your homeland and try to destroy your property without your knowledge. You even give them the free will, you give them the go ahead. For she acting like this, she needs to be praised, because not all chiefs will reject that kind of money. Me say can come was as no more de ba. Ebi ameji. So good was as ni mukwa de ameji. Meji, me just can we are good number benyam so was some would be brain to exactly to develop the community, because see some of the community minds who are doing illegal activities, when you go into that community, it's bad. Some of these people don't even have common basic water, their sanitation. This your friend say TFE they don't have. They do throw away. Even Accra here, cause some people are still doing throw away. How much more the village? So with what Alexander is saying, I think I do agree with him, and all the ministers should have that perception in mind when they go on national television to talk. They should talk like Alexander. And this shouldn't be say what can we na so to bomb for France.
Oh, but lately he has been very calm.
Oh yes, very
maybe because Parliament is not in possession.
They said Parliament is broke, allegedly. Almost said they are broke, so we don't really know. Yes,
because when they said you have to pay allowance.
Exactly, yes. Exactly. So I think Galamsey, see, from my personal opinion, I think Galamsey will get to a point where we can't solve it again. It will take many years to reclaim back our water bodies. Even when you have normal water at home, it takes time for things to settle. How much more water body are at from at the chair? Even in Soto na see the number of sometimes weeks, months it take. Even if it's in the dry season, still baby will have a 4. So the fight of Galamsey is a collective responsibility. It starts with the chiefs in those communities. It starts with the individuals and also with the MPs, because as Debbie said, some common people who are doing Galamsey can't even afford chamfine. They don't even have money to feed. How much more some taking millions of cedis to go and buy excavators and all that. So I think we all need to come together to help with the fight of Galamsey.
All right. National Service personnel to undergo military-style training. In a bold move to reshape Ghana's national service experience, the National Service Authority has announced that beginning this year, tertiary graduates will undergo intensive military-style training, including basic combat drills and safe weapons handling. The initiative, which targets about 10,000 national service personnel, marks a major shift in how the country prepares young graduates for civic duty. According to the NSA, the training aims to instill discipline, patriotism, leadership, and resilience, reinforcing national values among the youth at a time when civic responsibility and discipline are in question. Speaking on the directive, Acting Executive Director of the NSA, Ruth Della Sedo, said the training will be conducted in collaboration with the Ghana Armed Forces at various military bases across the country. The trainees will be divided into 2 batches of 5,000 each to ensure effective supervision and realistic exposure to military standards. Initially, we thought of using schools and training colleges, but the military insisted that participants must experience real military conditions, Ms. Sedo explained. She clarified that while the training will include combat and disaster management techniques, it will focus primarily on discipline, teamwork, and self-defense, not to militarize service personnel, but to prepare them for the national service emergencies and community service roles. The move has stirred mixed reactions from the public, with some welcome it as a way to build stronger, more responsible youth, while others express concern about the potential risks of military exposure and the blurred line between civic service and defense preparation. Still, the NSA maintains that the policy forms part of a broader national orientation program to empower Ghana's graduates with the mental toughness, patriotism, and leadership skills needed to serve their country effectively. Do you buy into that, Ms. Regina? You were there yesterday. Yeah. Do you buy into that? You were there yesterday for the first briefing.
Yeah, so I think in a way it's good because some of these people need discipline. They need to instill discipline and fear into them. When we talk about national service, sometimes and your compulsory sir but if you are determined, because if you know what you want, you would and involve yourself into it. But now the initiative, the main reason for this is to instill discipline, integrity, and all the good values in these people. It is good, but we know how these people are. We know how adults can behave. Just recently, I think that was last week, we saw 2 military personnel who were arrested for robbery. And this is training, no. Say omo training for a very long time, because military training is not an easy thing. I learned you have to go into the bush for periods of time. I thought that and other sort of things. If they are supposed to go through all this and they still come out to show us how stubborn and notorious they are, how much more a normal national service personnel. It is good. It is very good, but I think it's not mandatory. But if everyone obia dinuhushema, I think it will help, because sometimes these people lack discipline. Call ejuma time ope. Sounds or in national service. Sometimes go be or I had a friend who didn't go at all, but at the end of the day, meaning said oh yeah no say excuse me to say if she bought her way through it, if she paid in kind, I don't know. They employed her, and I was like, hey,
employed her. Was she still taking the 719?
Where is she going to take it for? She wasn't taking it, but she was employed.
It could be.
That's what it could be.
And I mean, can I say now one call you didn't go for them to experience how you work, how you
and
do your
you know
things.
she got someone to give her a reference.
Oh, sure. Corruption, they
That is why everything is based on who you know.
who you know.
If I'm going into an organization and I see you there, forget, I won't do interview. You will have to take me
Now and
by
then.
hook or crook.
By hook or
So the National Service Authorities bringing up this, I think, is a good one, and it will instill discipline. But in everything, we have the bad side, and they should be prepared for the bad side.
what is the bad side?
The bad side.
Yeah.
Still, the people will be stubborn. If they'll be stubborn, they'll be
Yeah.
stubborn. If they'll show any sign of bad attitude, they'll still show it. So they should be ready
For
for.
me, I think the bad side will be the fact that they are going to be allowed to use weapons.
You know, sometimes, it's even as individuals, we have to learn certain things because emergency can happen at any time.
So
What if? Now, self-defense basis here, and I say BBC is an almost self-defense. Reggie, that is a tool. No fun mean to meaning to. And see, I thought that I think they can help.
Well, I'm just hoping they don't abuse the weapons.
They don't you see,
They don't.
if
That's
you know
the
be
bad
or
thing.
notorious that was a
Well, let me
criminal.
test. Let me
Let me
see if
test.
you shoot. If I shoot you, die. Example.
You definitely die.
For example.
Oh, you are using raw gun to test.
Oh no! I saw a
Someone
video.
tried and he killed. He
Yeah.
definitely killed a person.
Yeah, I saw a video where I'm saying Marco J and we a draw.
Yes,
If you shoot them,
you wouldn't
and they were like, okay,
I'm not gonna try.
Yes,
they tried it and the guy died.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
shot the guy and they
True,
died.
true,
The guy
true.
died.
It's good. Do I besides money?
Yeah, for example, yeah.
And I think the last time someone was saying that with these personals, when they are being trained, once I thought that we were community not chronophobia, your pie chronopho, that is the time where you need to exhibit skills
Of
now.
course.
Waba.
Yeah, I'm ready for Tampando, so maybe we should also open with Miss Debbie.
Yeah, so I think they just wanted to add some spice to NSS personnel going on ground to learn something new. It shouldn't be the normal way which we all know. You have to go like from home to office, office to the house, home to office, office to the house. I mean, you should gain some experience. You know, some other countries do that. When you're doing your national service, they include other staffs. It's not only about you coming to the office, working, and then that's that. They include other things for you to, like, they expose you for you to know, like, what it means to be on ground. You get it? So I feel like with this military, but
anyway, it's not compulsory.
it's not compulsory. But then I feel like it is good. You see, I feel like it built that kind of confidence in you. It built this confidence in you, and I like the fact that they stated that, like, to promote teamwork and discipline, patriotism,
leadership and resilience.
like, you get it. It's kind of nice what they stated there. It's good. And then on the field, you know, military, when they get on the field, yeah, they are shown they teach you how to be confident on your own. They teach you how to take tasks by yourself. You get it? That one cause I was trained military in or the now they are waiting up there. Obey before complain. One year was before you do the right thing. So I feel like, well, it's a good one, but you see, if you are not disciplined, you're not disciplined. It's in the blood. They can try every possible ways to change you, but it starts from the mindset. If in your mindset you don't want to change, there is no way you change. They can actually do their possible means, and it's still here. And I also feel like it's an opportunity. Okay, you might not maybe. You know, sometimes people go to school and then they don't end up doing what they learn in school. Like they don't end up finding themselves in a field. Like pretending what they've learned.
They don't even know they have the potential.
Pretending what they've learned in school. And so being on this for maybe you might try. Maybe a military no can over at the end. And so it's good. You have some basic skills. And so finding yourself in the military, it's good. And you see, the military is not only about 1, 2. Attention, do that. Sir. They do a lot of things. So they have, you know, they have music band in the military.
Yes, they do.
They have music band in the military. They have even media in the military. Yeah, they have health professionals in the military.
So it's not all about
it's not only about hey, go, move, stand, right, dude. They have even pilots in the military. They have drivers. They wear the uniform, but what they do is that they send this military on ground. They have nurses. They are in the military uniform, but they don't go on ground. What they do is that say, oh, call ground now when you're injury bar. They make sure that they do the necessary thing for you, and then you feel okay. So the military has diverse aspects in it. The only thing they should do is educate the people more to understand that if you're coming into the military or the immigration or the police, it's not only about yes sir, Brighton, Kalafate. It's not like that. So for me, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, I also think it's a good call for them inculcating this initiative in the national service. You know, especially targeting the youth. These are vibrant, energetic people who are fit for the military. So if you want to take a chance to go into the military, I think this the time you have to start. You can start with your national service, and who knows, maybe you go. You have the qualifications, you are fit enough, you have the drive, you have interest in it, and then boom, next time I see you, I'm going to call you Sergeant. Alright, thank you so much for joining us in the news headline review. Up next we have the beach.
Welcome to Debbie's Grow, where we talk about issues that matters to the state, void of politics, fear of favor. The Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has condemned comment made by the President of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, Reverend Isaac Owusu, who advised male teachers to avoid sexual relationships with students and instead pursue female colleagues. Speaking at the commissioning of the Dr. Leonard Kaleji Center of Excellence for Artificial Intelligence Education at Angloga, Mr. Idrisu described the remarks as inappropriate and tantamount to sexual harassment. He stressed that such statements have no place in a professional environment and undermine efforts to uphold ethics and protect learning in schools. The minister reaffirmed his ministry's commitment to enforcing discipline and professionalism across the education sector, warning that any teacher found engaging in misconduct will face strict sanctions. So we know that recently they've been, I think the same thing popping up on social media where teachers, we see videos where teachers, should I even say harassment, because some of the videos we see, it looks as if it's an agreement between two people who have agreed to do something and are standing between them. But we had a lot of people bashing them. That is not the right thing to do. Most of these students are sent into the school to learn. I'm sure if education is not necessary, parents will not yearn for their children to be in school if education is not necessary. And if that place is not a safe place to be, they're not going to allow their walls to be in there. And parents actually trust teachers. That is why they hand over their work to them. And I feel like you spent from growing up to a stage where you feel like you can be on your own. 50% of your life is spent in school. From crèche, let me say immediately you are born, from crèche to the university, 50% of your life or 60% is spent in school. Every day you are in school. Every day you are in school. When you get back home like 3-4 p.m., you do your house chores, you woke up the next day, you are still in school. So these teachers play massive roles in the lives of these students. And then imagine you handing your work to a teacher only to find out that the teacher is misbehaving with a child, doing things that is not necessary. And I can tell you on fact that as it stands now, most of the parents are panicking. They are afraid on behalf of their wards with what is going on right now in our schools. And you see, yesterday I came across a statement where an educator was actually advising his male colleagues to get married and stop chasing after students. And married teachers should also put on their rings. And you see, with that one, you know, we have people, even with a ring on your hand, and you still see them getting closer to you. But this is it. You are in a field. And what does that field demand? The field demands you to teach. And I'm not sure you went to school to become a teacher only for you to get on ground and then be following students. No. It degrades your value as a teacher. It tarnishes your image. And even tarnishes the image of the profession as a teacher. A student who is a minor go to school to teach the student and only for you to end up in bed with this student. And you see, the problem is that most of these students are naive. They don't really know what they are doing. And so these teachers take advantage of them. And sometimes I feel like the teachers do not really tell them the truth or something. You need to speak up as a student. I think it's about time the Ministry of Gender starts to educate young girls on this. How to be bold and then speak out when you feel like someone is infringing on your rights as a young girl, let me put it that way, or as a student. You feel like you're being harassed by a teacher. You should be bold to speak out. Let your parents know that this is what is going on. This is what the teacher is doing to me. I'm not comfortable. If it will be possible, just transfer the child from that school to a different school. But this issue has become so rampant that we need to pay attention to it. We have a lot of teachers doing it all. It is only these ones that they are not being fortunate enough. Let me put it that way. And so their videos has been exposed. But what of those who are doing it in secret? What of those who are doing it for God knows how many years now, and the number of young girls they've destroyed their lives? How are we going to bring an end to this? How are we going to stop this? Should we bring back corporal punishment? If we are not bringing it back, then what are we going to replace with that? Because you know, the way we Africans are being treated or are being raised and nurtured from home is different from the Western world. Though. Our blood is different from their blood. We have the African blood in us. And so if you are dealing with us, you don't deal with us with like calmness. It has to do with force. Now, how would you go and tell that person that the person is misbehaving and then with calmness are telling the person to stop? No. It's supposed to be force, which is not supposed to be sober. That is the environment we find ourselves. And so if you are taking away punishment, then what else are we going to replace with that? To ensure that such things do not happen again. And then what punishment are we going to give to these teachers to also serve as a deterrent to other teachers and to the students as well? How are we going to instill discipline in these students? Their way of dressing is one. The teachers, they are human beings. They are human beings. They have feelings. There is no doubt about that. But how are we going to discipline these students as well? But sometimes you see a student going to school and the level of the uniform is not even below the knee. It's above the knee. And she's sending that to class to learn, to study. And as I said, most of these students, they are naive. They don't even know what they're doing. What they know is that let me dress good. And anytime I wear that, I feel so comfortable. So that is what I wear. Not having it in mind that I will share, you are causing havoc to someone's son. So how are we going to instill discipline in the student is also another thing we are supposed to look at. And also to hold these teachers responsible for their acts or their behaviors. If not, then we are going to see this. If this should continue, then it means the future of the nation is at stake. if you should go to school for 4 years and only to allow a young girl at the age of 13, 14, 15 to ruin everything, then it means you have a problem as a teacher. It means you have a very big problem as a teacher. Then I think the GES also have a massive role to play here. The supervision is not enough. The monitoring is not enough. Sometimes we don't even go about, how will you even know? That is the problem. And I've seen a lot of people saying that they should insert CCTV cameras in all the schools. I think that will help, so that they can monitor whatever is going on. The late night classes is becoming too much. And sometimes in a boarding house, you have no other option. Some students do not really find it so comfortable learning at the dorm. They want to learn in the classroom. They want a place where their mind will be at rest. How are we going to protect the girl child? And I think the issue of the girl child, preaching about this, started way back, not now. And if the people that are supposed to protect the girl child have now become devourers in the life of this girl child, then where are we heading to? We need to do something about it. We need to wake up as a country. Hold these teachers responsible for their act and not allowing them go scot-free. And as I said, bring out those boldness in the girl. If before you go to school and then a teacher is threatening you to have an affair with you before he can do something for you, before he can teach or do something, be bold enough to tell your parents, not your colleague or any other teacher, because you don't know even if that teacher is also interested. Be bold enough to tell your parents. They are the one taking care of you. They sent you into the school. Mind you, the teachers are doing their best, but 90% of the provision comes from your parents. And if today something bad should happen to you, your parents will feel it more than the teacher. So I think the girl child needs to be educated on that. They should know how to voice out when they are going through something, especially when it has to do with abuse and harassment in the school, because it's very, very necessary. We have to stop it because it's not speaking well of us, and it's not speaking well of the profession as a teaching profession. We have genuine teachers who go to school and teach. They don't really have that in mind, and we have teachers who actually go there to do that. And we cannot allow some bad nut destroy the whole soup. So, the earlier we take an action, the better for us. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Today in History, 1871. Great Chicago Fire begins. The fire that destroyed most of Chicago's business district began in a barn on the evening of this day. A very dry summer and an early autumn fanned the fire, which raged for 2 days. It killed over 300 people and destroyed property worth millions of dollars. Communists reject Nixon's peace proposal. The communist delegation in Paris rejects President Richard Nixon's October 7 proposal as a maneuver to deceive world opinion. Nixon had announced 5-point proposal to end the war based on a standstill ceasefire in place in South Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia. He proposed eventual withdrawal of U.S. forces, unconditional release of prisoners of war, and political solutions reflecting the will of the South Vietnamese people. First person in U.S. diagnosed with Ebola. Thomas Eric Duncan died 2014 in Dallas, Texas. Duncan, a Liberian national, had traveled from West Africa to visit his fiancée in the US and was diagnosed with the virus after seeking treatment for symptoms. His death highlighted the challenges and protocols for handling Ebola cases in the US, and public health officials immediately began contacting tracing for those who may have been exposed. Looking at some observances. Today is observed as International Lesbian Day, to recognize and celebrate lesbian history, culture, and diversity. The day encourages community events, education, and advocacy for lesbian rights and visibility worldwide. The acceptance and celebration of International Lesbian Day varies significantly by country, with some regions actively observing and promoting the day, while others do not, and some even having anti-LGBTQ+ laws that make any celebration of lesbian identity dangerous or illegal. Emergency Nurses Day, a period dedicated to recognizing and thanking emergency room nurses for their hard work, dedication, and commitment to patient care. Initiated by the Emergency Nurses Association in 1989, the celebration was expanded in 2001 to encompass an entire week to fully honor the unique and vital role of emergency ER and trauma nurses. National Curves Day, a day dedicated to combating body shaming and promoting body positivity by encouraging self-acceptance of all body shapes and sizes. Celebrated by organizations like the National Organization for Women, the observance calls for people to embrace their bodies and focus on their strength rather than perceived flaws. Lastly, International Podiatry Day is a global awareness campaign that takes place to promote foot health and recognize the work of podiatrists. The day highlights the importance of foot care for overall health, celebrates the contributions of foot health professionals, and encourages people to be mindful of their foot health. And that's all for today on Today in History and Some Observances, live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
So much, Miss Regina, for Today in History and Some Observances of the Day. We don't support LGBT in this country, so we are not going to observe that. And now I must say my word.
No,
And no.
I was even shocked when I heard that. National Lesbianism Day.
Yes. So, yesterday when I was actually working on the files and I was like, should I add this thing?
Add it.
So I thought of it and I was like, let me add it. I was like, hey.
When did they also start?
No, I think that thing has been in existence for long.
Lesbian, lesbobo, supi.
Some countries really do it.
Yeah. By a particular day should be put aside to observe them.
Today.
So
I think the last time was Bisexual Day, and today is Lesbians Day.
So as we are observing the day, it's for them, or everyone is supposed to be involved.
No. You can't be involved.
As what have they achieved? Because you can't give them.
Well, we know here. A lady. Excuse me. A lady transformed
into a man,
and still got pregnant on top of it, and gave birth, and posted that the kids there, they are adorable, but they are blessings, but just that they came out from, should I say, a cursed situation. Yeah.
What kind of thing?
Life is all about choices.
And I was like, how would you even these kids call you? Daddy, mommy.
Life is all about choices, and you'll be in your pay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Do have a lovely day. We'll be coming up with the news shortly. Please take a stay with us.
When your guy, what it? John, when your guy, what it? A boy now when you alright, Busia go by the name Coin Takra. Call me, say you're Coin Takra. Then your time it's Coin Takra live on Ghana Talks Radio now. Mondays and Fridays, may the time it's Coin Takra. Bravo, when you say Monday, then day. Aya mamere abakwasem Africa, Ghana, our heritage. Yaka mamere ni amani yeteti abakwasem hon komone yedi. Aya hina ni Coin now Friday ni bass on bass. Friday yeah rap. We dey talk about entertainment. We dey talk about music business. So join me this Monday and Friday. Be Live on Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget, so be follow all the social media platforms like Ghana Talks Radio and Coin Takra. Means so me page in the so Coin Takra. Now listen, a fire, a job our Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget, so me download the app in the Play Store and the App Store. Call me, your time it's Coin Takra. Monday and Fridays. Jinamudi will be a mammy time enough at 7 p.m. sharp. Yeah, the Jumedi bro. Here on your guy, on your guy. Wadim
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news broadcast on Ghana Talks Radio. Data discrepancies forces National Service Authority to re-register all June applicants. Ghana's car dealers calls for stricter port control to curb stolen vehicle. MPP imposed 12,000 on paid workers. Minister of Employment alleges. Bank of Ghana to inject 1.15 billion into forex market to stabilize the cedi. These and many more coming up your way shortly. The National Service Authority has announced that all individuals who registered for the National Service in June 2025 will need to re-register on the new portal. According to the Director General of the National Service Authority, Ruth Dela said about 2,000 cases of data discrepancies were detected. The new system aims to guarantee transparency, security, and real-time verification. All legitimate applicants who paid registration fees in June will receive full refunds. The National Service Authority has also introduced new IT reforms and internal controls to prevent payroll fraud and to ensure timely payment.
It must be put on record that when the system was open for that registration, the authority recorded a little over 12,000 personnel registrants. However, due to several issues related to questionable data presented and the need to ensure the integrity of all data provided, I am sorry to inform you that all registrants who registered in June 2025 will need to register again, as the previous registrations are now considered null and void. However, and I repeat, however, for all those who made payments in June, I assure you that your monies will be refunded to you. At the heart of this transformation lies our intelligent posting algorithm. It automatically matches personnel to institutions based on qualifications, regional preferences, and institutional needs. The system considers factors such as educational background, proximity, and institutional capacity, and operates with advanced data integration that enhances accuracy, fairness, and coverage. Posting letters, duty reports, and certificates will be generated instantly, while administrators can approve actions digitally, saving time and effort. The new system strengthens integrity at every level. It seamlessly integrates the National Identification Database to verify the identity and the age of personnel against the class list submitted by tertiary institutions, effectively eliminating ghost names and duplicate records. And let me say that with the recent 12,000 registration we had, when we went through it, subjected it to thorough audit and investigation, we realized that over 2,000 registrants didn't have accurate information. So we have people whose date of birth were 2021. Whatever that means, I cannot tell.
The automobile industry is facing a significant crisis, with dealers lamenting low patronage due to influx of stolen vehicles. The Chamber of Automobile Dealership Ghana and the Vehicle and Asset Dealers Union of Ghana have expressed concern, citing lack of trust between buyers and dealerships. According to them, the recent raid by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Economic and Organized Crime Office (EOCO) has led to a decline in customer trust, resulting in low patronage of used vehicles. However, the union has pledged to collaborate with anti-graft and investigative agencies to eliminate practices of selling stolen vehicles.
A bonus I had in now profit I don't know profit in source to be Unashi. The human demanding and I said, and says, who are better, who are better customers and so don't buy a talker crowd. Now, so be two customers and for say, so more back on by a talker, Omra garage. He say, will be baby and no be the case as or talk or tongue. Jamadales for not doors will be over show you as Yana Quajisica, Nessica de Lesnania. Now, so when you pan on your due diligence. Our talker no baby bonnie.
In fact, the question is saying a high papa. It's an say a cracker from an NBC port. Yan who to me, your customs, your preventive, your GRE. Omune what to me, say a banner more quenya say, Omunya more sefata. Saka no be si ho, na so mu fi say stolen cars ya. Omu wa hu kwan so mu sizi. Omu ma ye clear car mu nyina wie. Yan yi cars na ba be si shop no. Na omasa fa chira ba say car no Interpol for the better mo signal say car no is stolen car. Obi pese auto car free mu ha omra. Oba me ni nyina be ko Interpol, ye de be ko customs. No ma check car no documents bibia hwese bibia ye okay ansana otuaka. Na de ko no de ye ni nyi ho. Efi say be di bronya ye beto abai. Ye cars bebre o ma sesa ni nyina de ko ye say e stolen car. Me why cars ni nyina so kuta valid documents e chese ye tua duty ama abai.
Tama almost say omo chiche cars no. All because na Canada cars no amu fo say e fire stolen cars but sa Canada cars am cars stolen cars nyani nyane stolen cars because one nipa no toye why duty what you duty nyina awie but any the reason why am buy buy be kai say car no stolen car but ye dey need say stolen car because the wo mu bia no ye tua duty aye bibia wi nti no ye need say stolen car it's from that time no na e ye nhye bia China for them we ya no more pese you jai home use car no eton. Some years ya ton ye duty ye stolen car oka obi beto anu osuro no ko China for mu akwakoto omoka ni bi. Eti na no more pese omo ye no say e stolen car ba ka bia no esi a stolen car. FBI
for be ye no there are affecting big time. See, anama obi beto heavy car bia na usru ichiri because ukra car na ya stop say a stolen car. Yanso ya say dear. There's no way I will grab it to me the stolen car crab sitters and assault because your diet and you're very straight on so sauce and your manners.
The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has assured consumers that their interests will not be compromised in the ongoing utility tariff review process. Chairperson of the Stakeholder Communication and Research Committee at the Public Utilities and Regulation Commission emphasized that the Commission prioritizes fairness and balance in determining tariffs. The Commission aims to strike balance between the interests of utility providers and consumers, guaranteeing fair rate.
We have a task of ensuring the financial viability of the utility service provider and also to ensure that the consumer has quality of service. And if the other side of the balance is not set properly, that is unfair regulation. So we are not going to hesitate at all to punish the utilities if they go wrong on the side of service delivery. Whatever the public has said, whatever stakeholders have said, we have done the stakeholder consultations. Then now we are doing the public engagement. Then we are going to look at actual numbers. Then we are going to look at what will be good for the utilities to be able to work. It's after that final decision is taken that is when we do the final date of announcement. Yes, when we give them the time, it's going to be for a 5-year period, depending on the technical indicators. Then in between, maybe you have to do automatic adjustment. If the technical indicators are good, this will last throughout for 5 years. There is the Act 2413 on service delivery. That's the utilities that has to be punished and the PLC can also use. It depends on the kind of infraction that will happen. And we'll go to the law and use the law to sanction them.
The Communications Director of Kwabena Japan's campaign team, Paul Abdul Rahman Issa, has called on the New Patriotic Party delegates to focus on competence rather than money in their choice of candidate. Speaking in an interview, he described the monetization of politics as a canker that the campaign is determined to eradicate. One of the cankers that this campaign wants to uproot from the body of politics in Ghana is the monetization of politics. We are just telling MPP delegate not to look at money, look at who can deliver the job, he urged. Mr. Paul argued that the MPP needs rejuvenation, with Kwabena Ejapon as the right person to unite the party and secure victory in the 2028 elections. Employment and Labour Relations Minister Dr. Rashid Pelpo has accused the Akufo-Addo government of burning the new administration with thousands of newly recruited but unpaid public sector workers before exiting office. While Central Member of Parliament said the Mahama government inherited 12,000 newly engaged workers without financial provision and clearance to pay their salaries. This tells the story of what complaints we had when we assumed office, he said. At the point of exit of the MPP government, they imposed on us 12,000 new workers that did not prepare to pay. They didn't have the money to pay them, but they employed them, he said. The 3-month budget which they had to prepare for as we take over did not take into consideration any of these. The minister's comments came in the wake of growing unrest among unpaid nurses and midwives who recently staged a protest in Accra. The Coalition of Unpaid Nurses and Midwives says nearly 7,000 of their members have worked for almost 10 months without pay. They were officially posted in December 2024 after receiving financial clearance, but while about 6,500 have since been paid, thousands remain without salaries. Dr. Pelpo suggested that the problem stemmed from political motivations rather than genuine planning. Responding to a question about whether this was a political strategy to attract votes, the minister agreed. Dr. Pelpo also recalled a similar situation in the past. He described the move as politically reckless and unfair to young workers. The minister, however, assured that the government is taking steps to resolve the issue. We are not complaining, he emphasized. In business, the Bank of Ghana will, in October 2025, begin foreign exchange intermediation under its domestic gold purchase program, with plans to sell up to 1.15 billion to the market. According to the central bank, the sales will be conducted on a spot basis through twice weekly, price competitive auctions upon all licensed banks. Speaking at a meeting with heads of commercial banks in Accra, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Asiama, stressed there will be no special conditions or end-marked allocations, ensuring fair and transparent access for all market participants. Beginning October 2025, the Bank of Ghana will commence foreign exchange intermediation under the domestic gold purchase program, with plans to sell up to 1.15 billion for the month. These sales will be conducted on a spot basis through twice weekly, price competitive auctions open to all licensed banks, he said. The initiative aims to deepen the interbank forex exchange market, improve price discovery, and stabilize the cedi. Monthly auction volumes may be adjusted based on market development, but the Bank of Ghana said its overreaching goal remains to enhance transparency and reduce volatility in the forex market. Beyond forex exchange management, the central bank is urging commercial banks to expand support for small and medium enterprises and agribusiness, which are critical to economic growth. The BOG also encouraged banks to develop export-oriented financial products, use local insurance companies for import coverage to retain forex within the country, and consider public listing to strengthen capital and promote transparency. The domestic gold purchase program launched to use locally mined gold to build reserves as part of the Bank of Ghana's broader strategy to reduce reliance on foreign currency and support long-term exchange rate stability. Some tax analysts are proposing broader stakeholder engagement to reform the Electricity Company of Ghana (ECG) and boost its operational efficiency, rather than allowing the utility provider to proceed with its proposed 225% tariff increase. Francis Boy's remarks add to growing concern from the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, which has issued a 30-day ultimatum to the government to establish a performance compact that will access and improve the efficiency of both ECG and the Ghana Water Company Limited. In an interview, Mr. Boy stressed that tariff increases should not be the go-to solution, urging a more balanced and consumer-friendly approach. A better approach might involve a phased increase tied to clear milestones, reducing losses, improving service reliability, and accelerating meter deployment. Many customers have applied for meters and still have not received them. The expanded lifeline ban for low-income households and also essential services, if they can be exempted from the repeated increases to save them, and that is why dialogue and stakeholder engagement is critical, he noted. Mr. Tamo further argued that any tariff review should be conditional and designed to protect the most vulnerable groups and critical sectors of the economy. The debate over ECG's proposed tariff hikes continue to intensify, with the industry players calling for efficiency-driven reforms and accountability before any major adjustment in electricity prices. To sports, Kumasi Asante Kotoko Sporting Club head coach Abdul Karim Zito says the club has to beat Bibiani Gold Stars and has no excuse. Kotoko take on the defending Ghana Premier League champions later today at the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi in an outstanding fixture at 7 p.m. Both clubs have represented Ghana in this season's African Interclub competitions. Gold Stars got eliminated from the CAF Champions League in the first round by Algeria, while Kotoko beat Nigerian Kawara United to qualify to the second round of the CAF Confederation Cup. Despite being without a substantive head coach after surprisingly sacking Frimpong Manso, Gold Stars have 2 wins in as many games, while Kotoko have a win and a goalless draw against Pando Heart of Lions in 2 league outings, and Karim Zito believes that Kotoko need to make up for the draw point against Lions. This is Asante Kotoko drawing, so Wednesday there is no excuse. We have to do everything possible to win. Kotoko beat Gold Stars to win the Super Cup prior to the season's commencement. Head coach of Ghana's national men's team football, the Black Stars Otu Ado, believes that the weather conditions for the team's game against Central African Republic will be to its advantage. Ghana's take on Central African Republic in its penultimate 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier earlier today at 6 p.m. in Morocco. The temperature projected at the kick-off time in 28 degrees, and Otu Ado believes that the cooler weather conditions will aid the Black Stars players adapt easily. He said this in an interview with the GFA media ahead of the game that had him express his happiness over the return of Alidu Seidu and Fatal Ishaiku from injury. Ghana have played against Chad and Mali prior in hot conditions where the temperatures checked in at 35 degrees Celsius. A big win over Central African Republic qualifies Ghana to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. In showbiz, high-life musician Kwabena has announced that the remix of his classic song Aso will be soon released. Speaking in an interview, he revealed that the new version features Stonebwoy and Kofi Kinata. The project forms part of activities marking the 20th anniversary of his debut album Aso. According to Kwabena, this is only the first of several remixes planned to commemorate the milestone, hinting that more collaboration with other artists are on the way. In an earlier interview, the adult music hitmaker explained that the goal is not to follow trends, but to create music that stands the test of time. Kwabena's 20th anniversary celebration includes a world tour, which is currently ongoing with performances across Africa, Europe, North America, Australia, and parts of Ghana. And that is how we end it on the morning news broadcast. Do want to log on to our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com, as well as log in onto all streaming platforms at Ghana Talks Radio for more news stories. I am Deborah Dosso. Thank you so much for doing the listening. Do have a good morning.
When your guy, what it? John, when your guy, what it? A boy now when you rather Busia go by the name Coin Takra. Call me, say you're Coin Takra, the name time it's Coin Takra live on Ghana Talks Radio now. Mondays and Fridays, by the time it's Coin Takra, bravo. When you say Monday, let's day. Aya mamere abakwasem Africa, Ghana, our heritage. Eka mamere ni amani yeteti abakwasem hong komoni yedi. Aya hina ni yekonie now Friday ni ye bass on bass. Friday yeah rap. We dey talk about entertainment. We dey talk about music business. So join me this Monday and Friday. Be our live on Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget, so we follow all the social media platforms like Ghana Talks Radio and Coin Takra. I mean, so me page in the so Coin Takra. Now listen, about your fire, about your job, our Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget, so me download the app on the Play Store and the App Store. Call me, your time it's Coin Takra. Monday and Fridays. Jinamudi will be a mamiara time, you know, at 7 p.m. sharp. Yeah, the Jumedi bro. Here, Konya on your guy, on your guy. Wadim Savieta Sika, your fan Kotovenza.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, UK, Abrochimemu, era from Ghana Muha at the sound system, which is spinning machine papa, a free a man on nearby begu or Mangana Muha. It is a year, engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way sorry, more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boss sound in the moon at the dia any may come for GTR sounds at the MAO. Your live band in so I would to answer at the frame ye beat me abababua ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Yawa enkan pumpuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi ane se wo befre empanifo was 0546960510 GTR sounds emu de angaza.
Good morning to you, wherever you are listening to us and watching us from in the studios of Ghana Talks Radio. My name is Pakwesi Omari. We are back on your airwaves this morning to bring you the best conversations you can ever have on your breakfast in the country called Ghana. Our guests will be joining us later on the show, but before then, I have the ladies in here with me to give you the gist by the ways. I know you've heard from them not so long ago, but we are coming with a different flavor right now. Today's flavor is coming from Wuntumi's camp. Debbie, was he the one you grilled today?
No.
Oh, you didn't grill
Yeah, I didn't grill it.
Or was it Afenyo?
Afenyo, no, it wasn't Afenyo. It was rather the teachers.
The teachers?
Yeah.
Why? What are the teachers like?
Oh. They are taking advantage of our young sisters in the school, our kids' sisters.
That issue. I think last Friday, Reggie, we spoke about it here, right? Mm-hmm. We tend to blame only the teachers. The teachers are doing wrong with that. But Charlie,
so they have to be disciplined. If you find yourself in an institution that is disciplined, you automatically be disciplined as well. But when you find yourself in an institution that's lawless, without discipline, you follow suit. You do same. So I believe it starts from somewhere.
Anyways, yesterday, won't to me again. Oh, but I said one laughing. Why is everyone laughing? The chairman himself for the entire Ashanti region.
Yeah.
For the biggest party in Ghana, the NPP, was arrested, billed, rearrested, and even detained. So overnight, I mean, is this not political witch hunt? Let's be fair, let's be honest. I think this is a political witch hunt.
How is it a political witch hunt?
Where is this man running to? Where would he run to?
Where wouldn't he run to? Where is Oforiatta?
So Oforiatta the influence or Ojane Yansana.
So before you run, we have to prevent you from running.
I don't think the institutions are being fair with him to me.
Why are they not being fair?
See, look at the bill conditions they even set for him. Why?
Why?
Why? All his cars, 15 cars are seized. They are in the custody of Yoko. General Crop and Toyota be not about a whole wound to me. What the Rolls Royce and Ferrari and
everything that has a beginning has an end. It has an end.
Reggie,
no one is witch hunting.
Don't you think the NDC is witch hunting even to me?
Is this situation or issue even supposed to be politicized?
That is what we are talking about.
Why are you
politicizing it? They are politicizing it.
How are they politicizing it?
So, if it was any other person that to me, do you think that's how they were going to treat him?
How are they treating him?
Oh, you tell the man to report. He reports willingly. He comes. Then you give him bill. You rearrest him. Then you detain him overnight.
Is he the first person to go through that?
Oh.
Let's put the fact that he's not a criminal aside. Meaning says you're a criminal now, you're a criminal. Okay.
He's not a criminal.
But when a criminal is arrested, whatever he's going through, that's the same thing they also go through. Some of your investigations.
So you can't let the person go and conduct your investigation.
Oh, that be. And you're all the time now. If we've called you for questioning,
then he came.
And another issue pops up, you would still be rearrested,
which we understand. Now look at the time they rearrested him. See how long it took for them to grant him bail. And as at then you say you are now going to inspect the sureties and the properties the bailers came with. It is a nipani fee or say a wakaswa, she will be a yoko. If any move free or back as well be inspection, definitely movie. So the person will sleep there.
No,
not fair.
Oh no, investigations are ongoing. So if the investigations will take 10 years, you have to remain there.
Hey.
Yes. The law is the law, and we need to abide by the law. These people are separate entities. They are working on their own, and that is the law. That is what they do to make sure, say, at the end of the day, whatever investigations they are doing, it comes out successfully. So if investigations are not over, they can't allow him to go. Even some we say something flight risk. He's a flight risk because Osika. Or to me, Jackpa anytime. I think the last time an issue popped up about him, he was not in Ghana.
Yeah,
he was not in Ghana.
And that is why I like the fact that his passport has been withheld.
And no,
his passport has been withheld.
It's
mining.
No.
My main question charges.
Like 6 charges has actually been leveled against
him again.
But it's like 2 of the charges are what everybody is pointing at, and that has to do with him mining without a license, and then giving permit to 2 people to mine in forest reserve without authorization.
What audacity does he have to do that?
So in a way, I like what CID is doing. I like what they are doing.
Really.
When it comes to Galamsey, say MPP NDC, say Mahamampo, and who dim no omo china so omo china so. See, we think Galamsey is just can sakeke.
Like I'm closer.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
It's getting closer.
Yeah, honestly speaking. I mean, have you heard the report that last year we imported about 11 million cedis of water into the country? You see,
last year. I said may come. Say was last year.
Last year, so which means automatically he did.
And this is saying you're fine. No, I'm the man who I'm the my institution bang.
They didn't give it to any institution.
So where is the water?
Statistically, that is how much water
we import into the country.
Yes, not the country itself, but like let's say individuals importing water.
Oh, okay.
So you can tell that people began taking precautions right from last year because 11 million Ghana cedis.
But I don't know if aside Vortec you drink any other water. But if you drink any other water, I believe say you are supposed to feel something because I may know aside cool, me no use of phobia. Me baby.
Okay. Well, me
that can actually depend on maybe the chemicals.
The water I actually take is the diaphragm.
My friend
Belacqua
with your mouth is sweet you pound so you
that's you can't diagram but
oh yes thank you it is
I took one time me obi a me didi a me no nso like me didi a me twen be 30 minutes to 1 hour na me tika mo e traffic into yankwa ntem so come dem and then I bought pure water. It tasted something.
The smell cry.
So I was like, no, this thing.
It's getting closer.
Very, very close.
A lot of institutions have complained from the health. Almost in Kolaya, they are deformed in a way. It's due to this. Someone who is mining without license, or to me, by interview the gold.
It's in a name.
I'm coming. I am not politicizing it. I'm
we are politicizing it.
But what I'm saying is this: you arrest him, you grant him bail, you re-arrest him. Like, why don't we proceed with the entire thing?
Maybe after they've arrested him and then they've released him, another issue pop out, and then they have to invite you for interrogation.
Fair enough, I get it. And see, mo kipi nipa na to a timer, mo money bail. It will be difficult for your institution to go and inspect the sureties and I mean that is not fair. That's all I'm saying. Keeping him there overnight for what?
Also overnight.
He's sleeping.
No.
Reggie.
If he was being manhandled, fine.
You can't tell. But you aside. Probably.
Won't to me they've manhandled him now? No, PM.
Hey, maybe he cannot really speak or spill it out because he doesn't have so much persistence now. Because those times now you get it, but now the power is not there. So whatever he's doing has to do it. I was saying what brand limits. But personally, I don't see anything wrong with what CID is doing. I feel like they are doing their work. We should just allow them doing their work. The only thing that we will be disappointed in is after frustrating wound to me and all that, and no one is being arrested. We don't see the tail from the head of the whole issue. That is when we will feel very disappointed. And then I can actually say that they've really rechanted this man and then drain him. Like they are draining him.
Oh yes.
Because they said
the condition. First one, he was seeing his late ancestors.
Obey who pa? I need to obey who?
So he was seeing his late people.
He's walking in. He's like okay, he's alive, but he's dead. But when I look at the sureties, he's supposed to provide a building in the jurisdiction of the court.
Yeah, now we'll only be
you see,
so it's the conditions are very. He has money. Won't to me is not someone who can tell me that he won't get that money. Someone who have a whole villa in Kumasi.
They freeze this account.
They freeze this account.
So how does he Charlie,
They are on a master.
The NPP kingpins are there. Brian Champon, Dr. Bawumia, Nane Kufuado, they can support.
They'll support for that one.
First one was Brian Champon.
Yeah.
And not just last 2 weeks. Okojina baby can Brian.
But do you know this? I think the former Attorney General was also picked up by CID, where I learned he went with 70 lawyers.
Yes. And I had
100 lawyers.
Yes.
But he didn't go. They actually went with him.
To support. Is it to support him?
Yeah,
That's nice though.
We
want the truth. The truth is what we want, and then we need.
What is the case against him?
It's all about illegal mining, allegedly involved in illegal mining.
Yeah.
The Attorney General.
No, not the Attorney General. I'm talking about Wuntumi, please.
Attorney General,
I didn't really ambulance. His case has to do with the ambulance, purchase of the ambulance.
And then the Justice Kulende thing.
Yeah.
Like, how did he interfere in that case? The Attorney General, how did he interfere in that case?
See, we are not there. We cannot really tell. But maybe he did. And I'm not sure. You see, one thing is that I'm not sure CID or Yoko will just see that one day and then because they are not feeling well, let's go to Mr. Omare's house and arrest him and make it so that we can feel comfortable. No. Something pushed them into taking that action. And I believe at the right time we'll get to know about it. So we have a lot of scandalous activities going on and they are working about freely, and I think this is the time we are supposed to take the bull by its horn. Yes, we've been quiet for so long, and as I said, personally, I'll be very, very disappointed if we do not arrest anybody. I said all these speculations of public official embezzling state money worth this amount. Tomorrow, this person has been involved with procurement of this, the money has been diverted into his personal account, and then at the end, not even an ant.
But do you really think all these issues are going to get anywhere?
Let's wait and see. If it doesn't get anywhere, as she's saying, we'll be very disappointed because aside we all wanting these perpetrators to be brought to book, it will also be painful if at the end of the day Wuntumi going through all these stress. Now he's innocent. First off, more draining, both physically and emotionally. His mental health is at stake, and secondly, his public his image has been tarnished. Internal. You have to really do something about it.
He pleaded not guilty yesterday.
Well, what you said, like it's kind of funny that at the end the findings will show that Wuntumi is not guilty.
Oh, it could be.
It could be.
He's not guilty.
It could be.
Debbie.
Wow.
If you know how law works, a judge will tell you that the law doesn't favor the innocent.
Oh yeah.
Then I feel like Fifi Kote is right. He's right.
It doesn't favor the innocent.
He's right because some time ago he met with lawyers and he was like some of these lawyers work in favor of corporates.
Oh yes.
We have defense lawyers. We have prosecutors. If you are able to find a good defense lawyer, you better make show images, videos of you killing someone and all that. He will defend you. At the end of the day, the court will have nothing but to let you go.
That is lawyers for you.
That's law. And one thing about law is that every offense has its defense.
Yes.
Every offense.
Self-defense.
Exactly.
And that is why you as a corporate has to be sincere to your lawyer, like my
yes,
so they can get away. Okay. So that's the main reason why they are going to bury him. They are going to bury a lawyer. They don't bury them with their. I think they don't bury them like this. It's not true.
It's not true. I don't mind that. I'm also call hell straight.
Ghana for when you're there.
Because my mother, hey, chairman, I ain't fine. My problem right now is, you see, the chairman is a third beer. First case by it took Brian Champon to come and bail you.
Right.
When you bail, now say more year campaigner, then you are speaking ill of Brian because you are in the
audience. Say, case that boy from back.
They already watch it.
Matis will be crossing Brian. I call YCSCID in my family. That's
I am critical.
That's what
I am critical. You see, you don't point your, you see, I'm for some bill coin chamber.
Where's your fee?
And
you
don't take, you don't talk ill about that person because you've gotten a place to stand. The next moment from here, you don't know what will happen. I equally don't know what will happen. So you need to be very, very careful. And then one thing, do you know one thing I've realized? They cut some utterances. They don't know how to. I mean, Hey, Napo. Why is he? It's been a while. It's been a while.
You see, and that is one thing about some of these issues. Do you know Napo is also facing his own issues? He goes to the Napo goes to the ECG issue. Napo is standing trial with that. He goes to the Supreme Court day in day out.
What was it? Because he's silent on it.
Oh, yeah, low key.
Wound to me.
That's why I
see when you're a loud person, everything about you would be loud.
Yeah, you're right.
So don't expect anything to be a secret. When go see we, now you will be Indian ko bi anko boka koya wa de papa. Now ko dem cry ni.
But before we get done with this issue, look at the restraints they've leveled against him. No traveling and all. It's all these things.
It's necessary. It's necessary.
No,
it's necessary.
It's very, very
like, put things aside.
Yeah, very, very necessary.
Yes,
yeah, it is.
What do you say?
Yeah, it is. You know, once trials and everything is going on, you should be around.
Yes.
If they don't do that, you can equally leave this country and then give us a notice, forging a notice of you being sake of, sake of Babasu, whatever it is, and you can only be held in the Western world and not in Ghana. So to prevent all this, like we Africans, we know ourselves very well, and so before you think, I have to thought. Okay.
You've thought it.
I've thought it.
I've thought about it. You see, after the first case, like yesterday, the first bill they granted him, he was happy. He was winning. And I don't say,
Once I thought that your demeanor also sent a message to these people.
It does. So. Just say what's someone yet that did that. What I say? Fun and low key.
Forest reserve, parliamentary approval. Also,
I said,
but they said the docket is missing.
In fact, the former president came to clear him off. That's why they began to call him the clearing agent. Say he contaminated is innocent of all these things. Meanwhile, the investigations proved that Akonta mining was actually mining in these waterfalls.
Yes,
somebody said that.
Yes,
also, but I don't think.
See, it's only Ghana, and I mean who charged against a president,
former president before
French, Omo ex-president.
Yeah. One was even to death penalty.
Oh, but China and Susa.
I might be wrong though, but I believe, according to studies, after president's tenure in Ghana here, it will take him about 5 years for him to be prosecuted.
Right. No, the constitution needs to be reviewed.
Right. I think something.
And
like
it's stated in the constitution. Yeah. It needs to be reviewed. It needs to be reviewed. A lot of things in the constitution needs to be reviewed, because I can see that politicians are more for who did too much. Because after as a president, yes. Immediately you are done with your term. Definitely, I'm sure you are not God. Okay, no one is perfect. There'll definitely be hitches somewhere, and you have to come and speak it out. Okay, and let us know.
Am I wrong? Because say right after Mahama first term, they began investigating him for the.
They did for him. He did it to Mahama, but I'm not sure Mahama is doing it to him. Was after I've actually see some kind of heard a lot of revelation what they did to Mahama.
Oh yes.
What did they do to him?
Oh, I heard that he was even restricted from using the airport, and why it was meant for, let me say, maybe top top class people in this country. He was actually prevented from using that aspect.
But he wasn't president anymore. So.
But still.
Okay, once a president.
So you're trying to say, Nanado say, when you're president, but they wouldn't give him that respect, and they would still treat him like that.
The last time he was going for a function somewhere, a ceremony, they didn't give him any Land Cruiser to carry his chair.
Oh, now say he's no longer a president.
To carry was a chair.
He's no longer a president.
No, he's not a president. But just listen to this. So you listen to your own words. A Land Cruiser to carry a chair.
A chair.
But I mean,
a chair.
Yeah. Is he a president? He's not a sitting president.
He's not a sitting president. He's a president.
He needs to be picked up.
Which president?
Where? He needs to be picked up. He needs to be picked up for interrogation. He has really done us. I don't want to say it, but he has done us more harm than good. He needs to be picked up for interrogation.
The man who brought free SHS.
Please.
Hey, Ghanaians have short memories.
Mama said it. Mama said it. He said you have short memories.
Nipo dear, yeah, pa.
Or the free SHS have
Agenda 111.
Agenda how many Agenda 111 hospitals were they able to complete?
One factory.
How many Agenda 111 hospitals were they able to complete, Mr. Omari? I want to know. One constituency, 1 million.
Where politics so, but okay, and why yeah.
Do you know where I'm coming from? There is it's dominant of yam and cassava, and you see sometimes when they are done with their produce, they find it difficult to get buyers. And so when former president brought this one district, one factory, like it was the joy of a lot of farmers. And then I got to know that my place we are supposed to get a gari factory because most of the gari is brought from my area to this place, so they want to get a gari factory where they can actually process the cassava into gari and then the yam for other stuffs. Koshe? What Koshe say factory it's what they are.
No, almost share.
Almost share boss on my factory, one district, one factory. So we are supposed to get one, and ours has to do with gari factory.
Who was the MP then?
The MP there is
the MP should have
who's
the president? They also called Kai president.
Geoffrey Kinney.
MP no was a Muslim. I also have presidents.
I think they did. Because the MP then was an NDC member. Okay, and then the MPP was in power. So I'm sure he lobbied. And you know, it's normal when a government comes into power, they focus on their people than the opposition. Oh yeah. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to speak against, but any government that comes into power focus on their people more than those in opposition. You might lobby, but it's a 50-50.
Okay, all right. Well, on the one to me charges, your last words. I mean, I am a mobile crowd.
Yeah. So
so you want to cry for him?
Let me Ghana for.
Please give him one.
I'm sorry, Ghana for.
Oh yeah, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. Just imagine he's someone very close to you, all the troubles he's going through. Yeah, so to the law enforcers, the only thing we can say is they need to make sure that they do their job diligently. They should put their political affiliations aside and make sure that they judge the issue fairly. Among Sophie MPP no person ya no muchinitum. So on different munjano nonko or different so he should face the law. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think as she said, no one is above the law, whether MPP NDC. So whoever allegedly is being found into a criminal case or something should be dealt with fairly, regardless of the affiliation of the party. And what we the citizens are looking after is the result, positive result of the outcome. It will be so disappointing, as I said earlier, that after all this frustration, this man is going through run. It's not easy, I know. It's not easy. It's going through run, and then at the end, we don't get to see any result, but we know that Galamsey is ongoing. We can't figure the people, and if the people that are figured, at the end, something else pop out. It wouldn't speak so well about them. And as we've lost trust in our judiciary and these law enforcers, but then we are trying to regain our trust in them, and they shouldn't quench our hope. And then one more thing, I think I'll use this opportunity to recommend the micro minority leader. Alexander Benyo Markin. I think he's now doing away with, let me say, politics and then facing and facing the facts. Okay, I know politicians can never change, and personally, I know he's doing that on some basic. I'm aware, but then all I can say is that I like what he's doing because not everything needs to be politicized, especially when it has to do with this Galamsey case. This morning we spoke about his issue where he said Galamsey should not be politicized. It's a collective responsibility, and we are all supposed to come together as leaders, as politicians, as one people, and forget about where we buy. I mean, I'm from buy Galamsey say. So that we can bring an end to it, because at the end, we are all going to suffer. Yeah.
All right, thank you, ladies, for the Just by the Way segment, and thank you to our listeners. This is where we'll leave you, but we will be back very shortly with our guest to commence with the main conversations for the day.
When you guy, what it? John, when you guy, what it? A boy now when you alright, Busia go by the name Coin Takra. Call me, say you're Coin Takra. Your time it's Coin Takra live on Ghana Talks Radio now. Mondays and Fridays, may the time it's Coin Takra. Bravo, when you say Monday, let's day. Aya mamere abakwasem Africa, Ghana, our heritage. Eka mamere ni amani yeteti abakwasem hon komoni yedi. Aya hina ni yekoni now Friday ni ye bass on bass. Friday yeah rap. We dey talk about entertainment. We dey talk about music business. So join me this Monday and Friday. Be our live on Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget, so before all the social media platforms, like Ghana Talks Radio and Coin Takra, means so me page in the so Coin Takra. Now listen, obey fire, obey job our Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget, so be download the app in the Play Store and the App Store. Call me, your time it's Coin Takra Monday and Fridays. Jinamu D will be a mamiara timing up at 7 p.m. sharp. Yeah, the Jumedi any bro. Here, Konya on your guy, on your guy. Wadim
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Okay, so we are back on your airwaves as we mentioned earlier, as we promised, and we've kept our word. And yes, fortunately for us and you, we have our guest joining in the studio, the NPP's Paul Amarko and the NDC's Emmanuel Joropon. Ima has been a fugitive of the show for quite a while now, but we have arrested him just like they did with Chairman to me yesterday. We brought him into the camp of Ghana Talks Radio. Ima, you are welcome.
Thank you, bro.
It's been a while.
More than a while.
Hey, the way your skin is glowing.
No,
yeah.
Pulling
power. Yeah,
pulling power. They're enjoying it.
But I can see my brother.
Deputy CEO. Deputy CEO of Grassroots Affairs.
Of Grassroots. But Ima, yes, once again, welcome.
Thank you very much. And it's been a while. And let me say, thank you too for the good work you're doing in supporting and making sure you also contribute a quota to national development.
Sure.
Your unbiased nature cannot be taken away. And sometimes when I monitor you from afar, I always smile and then just say that, I mean, we need people of your kind and that can really help in the movement of this nation. And so we went on break and then I quickly traveled home.
Sure.
Just that certain event that unfolded were not really of good nature, but thank God, I mean, we are back and then peace gradually is restoring, and once everything is under control, we decided that let's come back to Accra and then see how we can equally help to contribute our best to national development.
Sure. We thank you also. We are honored and glad to have you back in Accra. Paul.
Yeah. Let me say good morning to you and good morning to our viewers and listeners. And also a very big and special good morning to Honorable Mavis Hawakumsen. She's a bold woman, and we are now in a position, and we need a woman of her kind to lead our women's wing. We need a woman of her kind to lead our women's wing, because 2028 election is not going to be an easy one.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy one.
But the NDC thinks they are taking it, they are sweeping it. This time around they will win.
If the NDC thinks they are sweeping it, Mr. Dankwai is doing his polls. Mr. Dankwai is doing his polls, and the NDC are questioning him about. They're telling him to slow down.
Really?
They are telling him to slow down.
Are the polls going against the NDC?
They are claiming it's too early. Mr. Dankwai says it's early. It's a private firm and he's doing his job. Okay. You can't tell him what to do. Okay. When he was doing his polls, we were all quiet. After the polls, and this is leading. Haruna is leading. Right now, and even I think Guinness Book of Record should start putting an eye on Honorable Julius Deborah.
Why?
Maybe they can count the number of walks he will be attending within a year or within 2 years. They can count the number of years. Maybe his name might be in that book. They can just count the number of walks that he will attend within a year. Maybe not behind me, maybe or in this world. So I think Guinness Book of Records should just recognize him, or they should just keep an eye on him.
So upon all the things this man has been doing, it is only the works that you can see.
No, like it will be an achievement for Ghana to have someone from Ghana name being in their books, and then and then it will be like the number of works. Tell it will be it's a small thing now. So if you have a Ghanaian doing this thing, getting his name there, about the number of works, and also about the DSTV issue with Sam George. I was expecting after whatever the negotiations with DSTV, personally, I was expecting DSTV to come out in the conference with the presser or whatever. I mean, the management of DSTV to come out with the presser that DSTV has now reduced or their prices, or they've increased the value or whatever.
You haven't seen it?
No, the press conference the media engagement that the honorable did.
When?
Was it last week? 29th.
But after was yes.
No. I mean the first initially that information we didn't need it from the honorable himself. You've negotiated with DSTV like you did with MTN.
Okay.
After MTN came out, that it wasn't we didn't have any media engagement, any press or whatever. The same way I was expecting this thing, that the board or the management of DSTV should come out with a presser or something.
Have come before the
minister. And then after the minister came out, came with whatever, they came out as a promotion. Before they came out with another letter that it's a disclaimer or whatever.
The first one that came, we can boldly say that it didn't affirm the entire embodiment of the DSTV. The second one had that, but the first one didn't have it.
So they came out. The first one came out that it was a promotion, and even from the minister's presser or the media engagement, he made that after 3 months there will be a review. I mean, after 3 months we will come back. They'll come back, sit down, and they'll now get to know what to do again.
But I mean, every institution
reviews their policies. No, this is a private firm.
Yeah,
it's a private firm, and even if they'll have a review, should it come from the minister? That's what I'm saying. I was expecting DSTV to come out that we've engaged with the minister, and now this is what we are doing. But it's like whatever they did, the increase in value, initially the minister was fighting for a price reduction. He even said that he doesn't want anything. All he wants is a reduction in the price.
Okay.
If you are aware of this,
let me ask you.
Yeah.
If before,
yeah,
you were paying 980.
Yeah, for premium. Yeah.
880.
It's for premium, okay. And then for premium, so the premium users now they are saying the premium users they are going to get some. Is it? I don't know how they will be doing some lotteries or whatever. Then when we getting the chance to watch football outside and other things, it's part of the promo. And it comes with terms and conditions.
Are they still paying the 880?
Yeah, the premium is still the same.
Differential if you want to stay.
Yeah, with the premium, it's still the same. The same, but the only difference is that they'll be doing the promo that maybe one person can qualify to watch matches. That's why I say it's a promo. And then DSTV was able to use the minister as an influencer or as a marketer or whatever to advertise their promo.
If DSTV gained that from that, and Ghanaians also gained an increase in value, I mean,
an increase in value. Was that what the minister was fighting for?
But is it not a good thing?
Aside, let's do
we have a minister go toe to toe with any private institution like
that? Let me come to this one. With the minister going toe to toe with this private company, you know, DSTV is a private company, and we all want investors to come to this country.
Yeah.
As long as we as a country we want foreign investors. Although we are praying we get our own people investing in this country, but we are also praying people from outside come. And this 222, especially on the social media, just to release their communication on social media, the honorable minister also release. You know, we have other investors outside watching some of these things, and we should know how to communicate. Some of these things can be backstage. You don't have to even doing this on social media in the first place.
What did he do? The minister
only came to communicate, and I'll do this to DSTV, and I'm imposing a 10,000 daily fine or whatever. Now we don't know if that money went to the Ministry of Finance, and then we don't know even if they can account for it. We don't even know if they can account for it.
Was it actually imposed?
The minister came out with a communique. So
he said he will do it, but did he do it?
So it's up to him. You're a journalist. You should know this. You're a journalist. Did he do it?
But you are the conveyor of the message.
No, he's a journalist, so he's asking me, did he do it? And right now you're asking. So right now you're asking the minister.
Yeah.
What? How did it go? It's like you wrote that from this day, if DSTV, if you do not reduce your prices, I'm imposing a fine on you 10,000 Ghana cedis daily. And almost like 3 weeks as no press conference, no, almost a month as no press conference, no. So I was like, that 10,000, did he really impose it, or just came out to just make noise, or just came out to just do settings, or like the normal settings, or what? No. If he really did it, like he came on social media to post it out on social media, then it means the Ministry of Finance or whoever the money went to, I know the money will not go directly to the Ministry of Communication and Innovation or whatever, digital innovation. I think the money will go to the Ministry of Finance or whatever, because on the Jiska, the answer here. So I'd like us to know the number of days that DSTV paid that 10,000 Ghana cedis, the number of days, whether 10 days, 15 days, whatever. We should know. At least this government is being transparent to us, and we expect them to continue with this transparency. Yeah.
But Umar, before you see, let me admonish my colleague to tone down. I mean, it's like he starts a topic, he doesn't end, go to the next one. You know, you ask him a specific question. You asked him a specific question regarding Musa Dankwal post. Then he was quick to say that Guinness Book have to now keep an eye on the chief of staff because he's engaging in several wars, all of that. But you see, he could not answer clearly or categorically as to whether the post conducted was a general election. This is polls within NDC who leads the party.
But he did it for us.
And no, but I'm saying that is different from the general election 2028. That was a question Mario asked specifically.
No, I mean internally he did same thing for us.
Yeah,
he did same thing for us internally.
You see,
and then we were all quiet. We were allowing him to do.
No, you see, you have
our internal polls. He was doing same thing. But man is leading. Ken is leading.
But it's proper.
But like we think it's a private institution, and he has the right to do whatever post he wants to do.
Okay.
We don't know the number of people or the sample size that he used to do is.
You see, don't go into the methodology. What I'm saying is that relax.
So what is that? What is that?
Let him make it.
So the point is that
when you were speaking,
he made a reference to me that.
No. So let me friend. If you have any rebuttal, you can do it according
to what I said.
Okay. What I'm saying is that don't go into the methodology. It is proper that any poll will not do a polls on MPP, because you have come out officially to declare that in the January 31st you are going to engage, or you are going to conduct the presidential voting. So it is proper. We in the NDC we've not come up with any timeline that we want to lead, who will lead the party. And so when you do that, why the NDC is saying that it defeats the purpose of the mandate given to you by the Ghanaian public. It does appear that you are only interested about who will lead the party. We have a 4-year mandate. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama came with a manifesto. We are barely 9 months old into office. So any kind of a private institution, we are not begrudging him, but we are saying all the party executives are admonishing the all party members that is not the focus now. The focus is helping His Excellency John Dramani Mahama deliver on his mandate. And Musa Danko has never conducted any poll regarding the general election. He himself, deep down within, he knows very well that whether they bring Jesus Christ Muhammad as a running mate, they can't defeat the NDC. This is finally, I don't know why you should.
Now the question is, how is Musa Danko's poll within the NDC going to affect the president? I don't know how. I don't know how it's going to affect the president.
Oh no, it's not even about affecting the president, but it takes the focus of the Ghanaian people from where I stand. It will take the focus from what we should rather be looking at, which is the
so you mean Musa Danko's polls can attract much attention from Ghanaians?
But are you not right now?
Yeah.
Are you not here bringing that topic?
But don't you have a time for discussions?
We do.
Yeah, so this is just by the way.
Exactly.
So
but you have brought that. You could have brought the Jumera.
Once is by the way.
You could have brought the Jumera.
Am I the one supposed to bring the
Jumera? But you are the one to bring this one.
So I am an individual person on my own, and what I communicate on. I'm just about 30 something million Ghanaians.
Yeah.
And I'm just a single person here.
Do you know the number of people listening to you?
So they listen to me. So they listen to me. Some of them believe what I'm saying is true. Some of them also will not believe it. And as to that one, as to that, so I'm just one amongst the 30 something million Ghanaians.
You are sharing the same view as we have other party members are sharing as
well. Oh, how can you say that? Everybody have. I'm not sharing the views of the party. I'm not here sharing. I'm sharing the view as an individual here. Yeah.
By what capacity are you here? What capacity are you here?
For now, the topic for discussion is not in now, and I'm speaking as Paul Entry. I'm not speaking on the topic as I'm speaking now as Paul Amaku Entry.
So then let's go by the directives of the host, and then don't bring some joy.
We're going
by the directives on my platform. Let's move on to the main discussions for the day. Our first topic we're going to be looking at is about Galamsey. For I think, in the next foreseeable time, this topic of Galamsey is going to be one of the major consistent issues for discussion on every platform, on every nationally interesting platform. Now, the Ghanaian people have a serious problem with how governments, not just this government but all other governments, have been handling the issue of Galamsey, whereby they go in and arrest the workers, those who only go there, those who are employed for survival, and leaving the campaigns, those who actually buy the concessions, those who fund the machines and other materials used for this Galamsey, the financiers. We leave them and arrest those who are just there for survival. Ghanaians always say that, hey, we need you to arrest the topmost people. Once you cut the head, the entire body is no more. So go for the head. Now, government has come out to say this, that when they arrest the survivors and they need the names of these kingpins, the revelation they've had is that it has become so difficult to get the names of the kingpins because oh God, the kingpins have engaged the survivors to take a blood oath. See, how is this really a valid excuse government is giving us as a country, as a people. Ima?
Well, once again,
it's even funny.
It's very funny. Yesterday when I saw the topic, I read it twice to try to just phantom why. But you see, it's very important to state that as far as the issue of Galamsey is concerned, we all as a citizen in Ghana must deal with it head on.
Sure.
We should not just leave it to only the political parties. Like we're saying, so it means they go and arrest the workers. Just own up who employed you, so that we can deal with the person. They're also saying that because of some blood oath, they are unable to disclose whosoever owns that particular. Meanwhile, they have the money to import or to bring the excavators that has the tendency of impacting negatively on our forest reserves and then our water bodies as well. So what I can only say as far as this particular blood oath is concerned is that it's about the sensitization, it's about the advocacy, it's about the education we give to the ordinary Ghanaian. That look, you might perhaps will only be employed. At the end of the day, how much you get? You only get just a tip of an iceberg from what the main person is getting. Maybe when his parents or his relatives fall sick, he has the money to even fly them, go and seek proper medical care. Unlike for you and I, maybe who are them that they go there, they give you 150 Ghana cedi. That alone in itself is not even enough for your survival. And so we must educate them and let them understand that the devastation that is being caused into our environment does not respect MPP, neither does it respect NDC. It has an effect on all Ghanaians. And you might think maybe your people are not living within the Galamsey area, but you do not have an idea on the water that flows to our houses, the kind of transitional metal or heavy metal that is found in these water bodies. You don't know the damage at which it can cause to various organs and tissue within the body. So that should be the education. Once we do that, maybe the people will have a second look at that kind of entrance position they have, that they will not disclose people. Because at the end of the day, it's about stopping Galamsey. You must let them understand that look, there are several ways we can equally make money for ourselves, especially in the agri sector, and government is committed in doing that. Let's not just channel all our energy into Galamsey alone, but rather let's focus it on other areas such that we can make money. The question I ask myself is, so if at the end of all these days you make money, then you fall sick, what would then be the significance or the relevance of the money made? You cannot even embezzle money that can take care of you till perpetuity. At some point in time, it will get finished, because once you are sick and then you keep on going to hospital here and there, those money certainly will get finished. The condition or the disease you've contracted still persists. How are you going to even take care of yourself? So what I can only say is that let's sensitize, let's educate the people. That look, it is a Galamsey has so much negative effect on all of us, on the environment, on the citizen, even a burden on the taxpayer money. Because look at yesterday when I was listening to Honorable Kofi Amaboa, the level of devastation that these people have caused, especially on the forest reserve, the number of hectares being destroyed, the amount we need, it does appear that even as and when we channel a whole national budget to that alone in itself is not going to be enough. And the president indicates same that look, that even to keep 9 months, it requires a financial allocation to that effect. All of this come at a cost to the nation. Some of this money perhaps might have been channeled to other sectors. We still have problem with school under 3. Maybe it can be channeled there, and then we can uplift the standard of our education level. Go to our health sectors. Every department in Ghana, in one way or the other, has some basic fundamental need that need to be addressed. So once we bring all this conversation on, maybe the people will come to terms, or will appreciate the fact that look, it's time that we have to own up those people behind this Galamsey. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has been very clear, because at the end of the day, when you go in for those people, you are not actually tackling the root cause of Galamsey. Yeah, because the man still is there who has the money.
Exactly.
Person A will go, he will go and bring person B. And Galamsey still persists. Sure. But as and when we're able to identify those, I call them the tap root. It means that they are the major root that holds over the particular tree. That's the campaign I'm talking about. So if they're able to own and will deal with them, I think Galamsey will not be an issue that, or for the past, like you said, for the past 1 week, the past month, in the future, Galamsey will continue to be a topic until, as and when we sit in our various cars traveling home, we see our water bodies turn blue, we see our forest reserve remain green, Galamsey will never be an issue. And I think there are very, very pertinent issues, bread and butter issues we can equally focus on and talk about. But at the end of the day, we spend all our energy talking about Galamsey, and it is just for individual to deliberately, voluntarily own that people, and the nation or the state can go after them, and Galamsey will be a thing of the past. So for me, let's continue with the advocacy, the education, and that is one of the fundamental pillars that was stated by the minister. That when prior to assumption of office, they realized that they have to come out with a 5 lay down procedure, and advocacy and education was one of them. So if we continue to do that and go on that tangent, I think Galamsey going forward will be a thing of the past.
Emma, let me ask you this. Looking at the height at which we've gotten to with the issue of Galamsey now, do you think education, as you see, the advocacy is what we need?
No, but in a line of people refusing to own up who are actually the brain behind Galamsey. For education is not just the decision. It's just, I will not even say a branch, because it does not even qualify to be a branch. But in this line, because like you said, if you look at Galamsey, where it picked up was in the last 8 years. That is not to say that that's when it started. Galamsey has always been with us over the years. But the level of devastation, the level of assault that was caused on our environment in the last 8 years is an eyesore. And so maybe on another breath, we can equally go on various important measures that if the government put in place, Galamsey, gradually we are going to win the fight against Galamsey.
Okay, all right, thank you there, Emmanuel. Bob.
I would like to ask my brother a question. Did the NDC really involve stakeholders before jotting down their manifesto for 2024 elections? I would like to ask.
Yes,
because they came out after the Mokola issue, and I think we started to snap Mokola before reading the budget. They came out clear that they involved stakeholders before jotting down their manifesto, and in their manifesto, it is written clearly there that when we come to power, we will arrest the kingpins. And the kingpins there, who are the kingpins? Right now, you are telling us that the normal Galamseyers have sworn oath with their blood, with the kingpins. Meaning, maybe it means you didn't involve them. You didn't have any conversation with them before coming out with this plan on illegal mining. Okay. If really you did, like, you will not even say this, that when we come, you arrest the kingpins and give amnesty to those miners. And you know one thing, in our president John Mahama's 120 contracts with Ghanaians, number 19 of it says ban illegal mining, ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves. How long did it take? And now we have about 44 forest reserves, and it seems that they are mining all the forest reserves. And we learned the minister said they were able to recover 9 or how many of them. But in his contract said ban all legal and illegal mine activities in the forest reserve. It's here. Ban illegal and new mining activities in the forest reserve. And do you know why they find it difficult to repeal the LI? Is it 2462? That LI 2642.
Why are they finding it difficult to do that?
It's very difficult because, you know, it's not only that forest reserve. I think we have big mining companies who are also mining there. Not only illegal miners, or you have people, you have big companies who have licensed or who have a contract with the government.
When were they issued these licenses?
Whether last year or whatever, last 2 years or whatever. The question is, they are also there and they have a contract with the government. So banning or repealing that LI might affect the contract with those big companies. Do you get it? Okay. Yeah, it might also affect. That's why they find it difficult to repeal it. But meanwhile, they're just in their manifesto that when they come, they will repeal it.
I think
they will revoke it. Yeah.
It is now in possession.
Yeah, like you were saying, like the minister was saying. I asked, is this the only way to arrest the campaigns? Is this the only way? Because you have to arrest the normal Galamseyers for them to mention the names. Is that the only way to arrest the campaigns? Because if you've been able to recover about 9 forest reserves, I think, and we're able to find out that mining was also mining the forest, then you should also be able to know those people, the other ones also mining those forests, the other forests.
Okay.
You've been able to come out that Akuta mine was mining one of the forests. So the other forests, who are the people? They get it. That's why I always say Chemamu to me is being used as a scapegoat, because we'll be able to arrest, to recover most of these forests reserves. And if only arrested all Akuta mining, what about the rest? Where are they? And also these campaigns, we all know Chinese. Majority of them are campaigns, and if you're arresting them, you're deporting them. If you're arresting them and deporting them, and we know most of them are the campaigns. So the fact against Galamsey, I think the government, the measures he has put in place, I cry or born somebody so Galamsey, but not enough. And people are saying the economic level and other things. Galamsey is still on the rise. Just last about seconds, we saw even a railway line where people are dying in Galamsey. And then the same man was like, he is scared to go there. It's not about you going there. I think that even that railway mining, I don't think it was just a day, one day activity.
It's been going on.
And as an assemblyman, you have just an electoral area. You are not an assemblyman for the whole municipal or district, just an electoral area. And you have unit committee members. So if this thing is going on, and then you said you were the interview and said he was so scared of his life because some of these guys say yes, when you talk about them, they can also come and kill you. But it wasn't about him going to the field, but it's about him reporting to the authorities, the police or whoever those are in charge, the MCs and others, whoever is in charge. It's about him reporting to them so that they will take actions. We get it. That will take actions. Right now, we are still hearing about 600 people are on trial, facing Galamsey trial in court, and we know almost about 2/3 of them are not campaigns. These are campaigns, name and shame, like the way they mentioned Chemamu to his name. If about 600 people that they've arrested, that's not a trial. If really there are campaigns in it, they should also mention their names and shame them, like the way they are mentioning Chemamu to his name.
Okay.
You get there, you get to know that you are serious with this fight.
Okay.
In fact, we are arresting the campaigns. But what we are doing, what we the people were doing, arresting the normal Galamseyers. Not you can tell them that you give them amnesty, and then you are back and still arresting the same Galamseyers, the same thing. I think we are not going anywhere with this fight. We are not going anywhere with this fight.
That's very true. That is very true.
We are not going anywhere with this fight.
That's always been my argument. I'm saying that whatever the NDC is doing now, honestly, we saw the NPP do it. We saw them last year. They banned Galamsey, even though they didn't ban it for long.
Yeah.
Getting to elections.
Yeah, no, that was somewhere 2020 elections.
But you still lifted it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you did it, but you lifted it. So everything we as the NIMOs, the task force, the Blue Guards, NPP the same. Operation Vanguard.
We did whatever, and then
so we need something.
We were also better excavators. Bennett and Fines, like the same.
Also getting missing.
And then the same thing. The same way Sam also got missing under Anabisi. Under Anabisi also she seized about 40 excavators, and later about 33 were missing, left 7. And then you know what? We can also trace this now. So yes. At least the excavators, the owners of the excavators.
That is another problem.
And even if you can't trace the owners,
government is saying that when they trace the names, it doesn't even lead to this big people we want to see you. That's what they are saying. So where does the name lead to?
So fine. You go to DVLA, you trace the name, you get hold of the person. Right now we have the IP address and other things that we can use to allocate certain people easily. You know, DVLA, if you register any vehicle, be it a construction vehicle, a farming equipment, whatever, your number will be on it. Where's the company or whatever, the company's number, whatever, and then you can track it with the IP address. Very simple, in a very simple way. So what I'm saying is that there are many other ways you can crack these campaigns. It's not about even if you can. Those who imported them at the customs, the importer's name will be on a document.
Okay.
So when you imported the excavators, who did they sell to? Or where did you send the excavator to? If we can question those people, they can also help us track Because you can question them. You reported this excavator to this country somewhere around 2018, 2019.
Who was the person behind it?
The importation there, their name is there. Every time we import the documents, we have the importer's name there. We have the importer's name there, so you can just track the importer. Then you can get to him, Mr. Importer. Who did this excavator to? Are you the one still using it, or are you hiring it? They get to know from there. We can usually, but it's not about this or an oath. If you continue doing this, then it means we're not ready for this Galamsey, because we are not coming out to make people aware that people are showing oath on this Galamsey. Another issue will come about this conflict issues, and then they also say we've also sworn an oath. Then could not add anything. You get it? So
yesterday on this platform, the New Force representative made a statement, and it really caught my attention. He said that government is saying that they are deporting the Chinese, whom we all know are mostly the brains behind this Galamsey. They are deporting them. Meanwhile, EP has come out with a figure, huge amount of monies we need for this decriminalization subject. So why don't we let these Chinese pay for these amounts as they come to destroy our water bodies and forest reserves?
And you know one thing too, China do mining. When it comes to countries that produces gold, China is way far ahead of Ghana. Countries that produces gold, China is far ahead of Ghana. It means they do mining in their country, but I don't think they do mining in that way, in that manner there. But when they come here, they do it anyhow here, and they go back to their country, drink potable and in fact save water, eat healthy foods and other things, and they leave. And now we are saying the cost of jailing them, serving them at prison and other things, but we are thinking about the cost of also buying chemicals to treat our water bodies. If we can use that, if you can spend a huge amount of money to treat our water bodies because of Galamsey, then why can't we use that same money to jail them, so that they at least if they face some, bare 3 weeks, even they feel the heat, and you won't call his brother to come back to Ghana. I don't think he even call his brother, because sometimes when they go, they call their friends, their brothers, that come to Ghana. The Galamsey is going on, you can make a lot of money. And why they come here? Then he will go back and call the rest. Then they should come. So if they even face some jail here, the money we are using the money we are wasting on buying chemicals to treat our water bodies, we can spend that, even that going to jail these people. No facing right now. I think they are increasing the feeding fee amount for the prison, the inmates at the prison. I mean 5 cedis. They let them go and also eat those food over there. Yeah, at least, and we shouldn't.
It will serve as a
instead of wasting money to treat our water bodies.
But before, I think you made a point where I don't actually agree with you entirely regarding the approach of MPP and NDC on this menace Galamsey.
You don't think it's the same?
No, there's completely difference, and I say so because sometimes when I sit back and hear our colleagues, our friends in MPP come on air talk about Galamsey, the question I ask myself is it that they just arrived from a different planet and now wanting to show us or teach us how to fight Galamsey? Because in the past 8 years, you were given the mandate to govern or rule us, and your approach to Galamsey is that is what has caused us, and that's what brought us here. Why do I say so? You see, the first thing the NDC did was, first of all, to even revoke or stop every license that was being issued to go and mine in the forest reserves. He talks about LI 2642. There's the proverb in Akanda says that they said the idea heard about fino on the day once and to wait. Oh my brother, to wait. That he who comes to the house with a sugar cane, he invited flies here. Who in the first place even passed this act? It was under your government that this act was sent to the floor of Parliament. It was passed, giving the president a discretion, and then yielding that same powers to the minister, the secretary minister, to give people permit or licenses to go and mine in our forest reserves. And Professor Frembo Boating report captured saying that there was a complete disregard of what the president directive was as far as issues about this license was concerned. Even as and when there was a ban, they claim. But still, people, they gave money leaves to people to go and mine in our forest reserves. And it was not just a mere allegation. Names were mentioned specifically. And you see, these are friends. It's like what I always say, that they have no shame or they have no respect for the truth. They always think that every Ghanaian is gullible, for which, because in the NDC, what we do is that as and when we have a problem with an issue or government proposal, we come out with what we're doing. But for them, they can't do that. All what they come is to tell us that they say we revoke LI 264, they say we're going to declare a state of emergency. But as and when they had the mandate, they should come and tell us that we're doing ABC, and we think that should the government of the day continue same, we're going to bring this thing to an end. They can't tell us that. Oh, my brother, I've not learned to flow.
The more minutes, that I'll also be getting more minutes.
So
it's not about the minutes; it's about what you want to see.
So
so the matter I also have a lot
so what I'm saying is that our approach can never be the same. Look, prior to assumption of office, the only Ghana was a hub of import of what excavators. The president stated that clearly. And recently, I think a couple of 2 months ago, you saw about 1,000 excavators being pounded at the port, pending justification of their primary use as a why they were brought to the nation. It was not just done this year. That was cleared way back last year before the election. It was under their watch. And there was a law that stated that you must get a permit. The president even indicated that when they made the COCs, that you must get a permit before you bring in what is excavated. For them, they revise it. So it is not just about the failing of fighting against Galamsey, but my worry is that when you sit back and then just want to reflect on happenings in the past 8 years, even the disrespect, the disregard of what the president authority is even mind-boggling. Because they come out, and this is why I've always said that, look, they are experts in optics. They have PhD in playing to the public gallery and practice the vice versa of that.
Okay.
Why does let me come? So
your time is over.
My time is over. Just in wrapping up, the NDC approach, it is way ahead of what the MPP's approach. First of all, we have ceased we have ceased in giving lances to people to go and mine. The deputy minister, for that matter, my MP, Honorable Alhaji Yusuf Suleiman Ore, is the one who has investigated, and the minister indicated that he can confidently tell us that about 250 of that is going to be what? Revoked. The NDC is not doing that. Look, go and find out in the various side. Galamsey is now a threat to the people mining. It's just that the devastation over the years has been huge, such that it requires time and trust, and believe me, in the next 2-3 years, you're going to see our water bodies turn blue and the forest depth thing.
Mr. Murray, I think the NDC still think we are still in the campaign mood or something.
Okay.
Whatever the APP did in 8 years, you people stood on it, or you people stood on all those things, and campaigned against MPP and told Ghanaians that the MPP are doing the things wrong. And when you come, you are going to do it rightly. So forget about MPP came 8 years, MPP came 8 years, we give them 8 years. That's why Ghanaians voted MPP out. So right now, the campaign is over. They're giving you the mandate to fight Galamsey. And the same Ghanaians are telling you Galamsey is still on the rise. And forget about MPP, if I hear MPP saying this. No. He was talking about so many things. Every day I hear you revoke license. But in your manifesto, the main thing in your manifesto was to arrest the kingpins about excavator. So recently, when the president was met the media, it seems one journalist asked him about the excavators that were transported at night, and then he said just because of traffic. We already didn't know where those excavators were going to.
There are Shy Hills. They're still there as of today. You speak that.
We don't. So they moved from the port to Shy Hills.
Yes.
And what are they doing there now?
They said that.
So can they try the importers?
Can they what?
Have they tried the importers?
So now listen. You have what the government is saying that before your time, you pull signs, give permit to.
It's not about our time. Right now you're in power. So no. Mr. Murray,
you asked the
question. And then you said before our time. The question asks that have you tracked the importers? It's just yes or no.
Let him answer.
Before our time. Okay, let's answer. Yeah.
So I am saying that the minister tells you and I that those excavators were being impounded at the port, but by then they were occupying a lot of space, so there was no space there. So they decided that they want to clear them to Shy Hills and waiting for the respective owners to come out and own up and justify what they were doing brought. And he's even saying that you want to give a time period that they are now even refusing to come. If you want to do it for construction or whatsoever, we're going to come and produce your document. Government is going to release your machine for you to go and work. But as of now, other people who brought these excavators are refusing to come for it. And the minister is telling you and I that if for some time period to come, they don't come, they are going to confiscate same and provide it to various agencies in Ghana to be used for it what intended purpose. So that's
Mr. Murray, it's just simple. Track it an importer. So the excavators there, I mean, when they came, they had the bill of the bill of lading before it landed, and we know those who are the bill of lading give us the exporter, the one exporting it from, and we know the one receiving it here.
No, please, I'm not.
Let me land. So we know the one receiving it here. So even the importer, even the agent clearing it for the importer, can even show you the importer. So for now, what I'm saying is that you are waiting for them to come, and they are not coming. Why can't you use the agents who clear those services?
I don't even think if the directive has been that they are giving them a timeline. Someone buy, we are confiscating it and use it for national internal purpose. I think that is better.
No, but
Mr. Mary, yeah, you can set this name. You can set this now. Getting the importers. It's not something difficult.
No, it is.
It
is my brother.
It's not something difficult. Let me land. When you're talking, I was quiet. When you're talking, I was quiet. Getting importers is not anything difficult. Getting importers and now the BID, a customs phone to me and provide me importers. Let them come. Many of us we should wait for them to come. We know this excavators. Back to our forest. I'm telling you this. Let's go back to our forest. It will go back to our forest, but it will go back to our forest reserves, or it will go back to where to our mining areas. Okay. We should be all here. This will go back to our mining. So let's find Omamba. By now, before you might even hear, you might hear people negotiating behind, like the way some leaders of the NDC came out that they're negotiating this or the oral team. Before you might even realize people are negotiating behind. Okay. So then I was saying this part of settings, you can't take air. But before you realize people are negotiating behind, before you realize this, like I said, we've now got the owners and then the owners are using for this. This is what I'm saying. Track them earlier. I'm brand them. We get to know them. No time for negotiating behind. And then this cancer issue, we're having people in the NDC who said they can fight Glam. We can use 2 weeks to stop Glamsey. We have people in the NDC, and then that man's not a minister, but he's not a minister for the sector. But I think he's a minister, and the Honorable Abuwa is also a friend to him. And I know when he was saying that he was having some measures or some things that you can put in place that to stop Glamsey within 2 weeks. And I'm expecting the minister to give those ideas to Honorable Abuwa, because Honorable Sam just declared that we can stop Glamsey within 2 weeks or within a week. So I'm expecting that idea that was serving the opposition, now we can use to stop Glamsey within a week or 2 weeks. I'm expecting Honorable Sam George to give that same ideas to Honorable Amabua or the president. And even the president once said that Ghanaians voted for Honorable President Kufuor to stop Glamsey. So it is his sole duty to help stop this Glamsey. Now, if you hear this member, we should all come together and fight Glamsey. We should all fight together. But when we're in power and we were saying we should all come together.
Did you say it?
Yes, we also saying Glamsey fight secret. Our communicators everywhere we say secret. And we need people to come. We have to come on board to fight this Glamsey issue. Whoever, we should come on board. Regardless, because the threat to that Glamsey effects doesn't know MPP, doesn't know NDC.
Maybe I never heard the NPP say this thing.
Oh, we all say this. We also say this. We should all come together. So we are everywhere. I always even on TV. I always say that we should all come together to help stop this Glamsey. Okay. And then the president said it's the sole responsibility of the president to stop Glamsey. And now that is in power, then this should also not call anybody. Okay. And then it's the sole responsibility of the president to solve it. They shouldn't involve anybody. Like the way they were saying, the way a small kind. Yeah, you said we mentioned the same thing that it's the sole responsibility of the president.
So he should also take that sole responsibility.
Yes, because when the position you said that as an individual. I mean, when you come to power, you can also do this with solely. So there's no thing dragging other people involved. No,
just 30 seconds. No, on the tracking is just 30 seconds. I beg your pardon.
When you come, I'll also come in.
No, you see, when we educate, you must educate well. The point is, you see, the tracking is not easy as he's claiming. There was a law that says that you must acquire permit before you bring in excavators, but they are doing the reverse. So people now bring in excavators before they go to DVLA trying to see what permit.
It's not about DVLA.
So it is very difficult to track them.
I mean, it's not about DVLA.
Confiscate them. Who brought them there? Come and claim it because that's been ordered. It is the reason why it's necessary John
I think it's not getting
that the shipping agency, anybody who does it,
it's not getting me. I'm talking about the DVLA.
What he was saying was very important.
But no, but it wasn't my point.
We are all wondering why, if I was the one who brought it. Why can't you just track me easily?
Good. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You have the claim.
If we are all coming
no, I'm coming. If you come together to solve it, now you have to come together.
That is what you are saying.
Now you have to come together. But the president said he can only fight it. So listen, the importer, every document, excavator document, whatever it is, we have an importer on it. It's not about DVLO. DVLO talks about the new owner, whatever. It's not about DVLO at the port. We have the importer. It's not about DVLO. It's not about go to DVLO. At the port, we have the importer. Oh yeah. No. Every document. I can show you documents on my phone. I've been a DVLO before, and I know this. I've been a DVLO before, and I know this. So document is not true.
Don't say that.
No, it's very true. No, you have the importer. The importer.
You don't mislead. That's what I'm telling you.
No, you're misleading. I've been a DVLO. No, don't tell me this. No, you have the DVLO. You have the importer there. Before the document gets to DVLO, you have the importer. The claiming agent. The claiming agent. But almost maybe I'm importing in the car. Maybe I might be outside, and I'm outside the car. I'll call up my agent. Clear this car in my name. We have the importer, we have the exporter, and the documents are the man after bad DVLO.
So that's what we should use to track
the importer. They do also the agent.
So that is what we should use to
and the agent also declaring. They took clear the car. They also the also there. So it's not about going to DVLO, about at the port.
Okay, thank you.
It's not about it. It's not about DVLO.
Let's move on to our next topic for discussion. And this one, I will need you to clarify something to me. The PURC is engaging the government and other state institutions, political parties, to come together for a review of some tariffs in the country. And your party says they are not interested.
Why should they be interested?
Why?
No, why shouldn't they be? What we are just saying is that they shouldn't increase any tariffs. It's just simple.
It's so simple like that.
No. It's very simple. Because we had the Dumso levy, which was coming in to solve the energy sector, and they've passed it. The bill levy, passed the Dumso levy to solve the energy sector. The minister made it clear that this things come to solve the energy sector issues. So right now we don't know on what basis are they increasing electricity tariffs or water tariffs. On what basis? That's what I want to know. But
if you don't go for the meeting, how would you know?
So the PRC should come out with the pressure that based on this, that's why we want to increase it. Now that how many times have they been able to invite stakeholders? How many times? How many times you see it?
This alone is a step forward.
So this alone, that's why I'm just saying no. That's why I'm just saying no. Maybe how we have to do so every day to solve the issues on the energy sector.
But they speak now the energy sector alone.
If it's about water tariffs, don't increase it. Why are you increasing water tariffs? The hardship on Ghanaians are enough. Right now, I won't sit here and lie. We have people, workers. One way people were complaining about delaying salaries about 10 months. Next were complaining, just were complaining. Many people are complaining. Right now, GPLT is also talking about increasing of our lawyer fees. They're also talking about increasing our lawyer fees. But we are talking about increasing of salaries now. By GPLT, but lawyer fee, utilities is too. So we MPP, what we know is what we are saying is that the burdens are too much, and they shouldn't increase anything. They shouldn't impose any tariffs again. Now, whatever we are enjoying now, we should enjoy it now. Not Ghana for home. We are not praying for. We are not praying for Ghanaians. No, we are not praying for anything. We are not wishing any bad for Ghanaians. What we know, what we want to tell them is that they should just let Ghanaians pay whatever they are paying, because they've not been increasing salaries. Government haven't announced any increase in salary now. But GPLT is announcing increase in TNT. PPRC is also announcing an increment in tariffs in utility bills. Yeah, there has to become too much on Ghanaians. That's what we are saying. It's not anything big. It's not anything big. So we are not going there to. If you go there, we are not going to support anything. What we know is that the hardship on Ghanaians are many. So national should be increased. At least the levy of solve issues and solve issues. No, Gold Board can also help us get money to treat our water bodies, because the Gold Board are getting money from this mining. At least the Gold Board can also make money from get money, help us treat water bodies. Now it's only in Timayen. Then we know how. Then we create water bodies for without the types. We are getting money from Gold Board.
All right.
je focus first treaty Galamsey na iso na the good level so in treaty am ban legislature sector no salary can aban and salary increment emo bia ka say we want Ghanaians well, we wish Ghanaians well. There no be an increment in salaries now. The government has announced it. We have people demonstrating say I'm paying by that be or do you hear me? People are demonstrating some paying by, they are going some paying by but to go. I didn't body man for you. All right. Yeah, but my money bay. Campaign trim.
Yeah, so Omar, I think clearly listening to my brother, it's like he has not actually appreciated the workings of PURC, and maybe for after today he will not go on that tangent again. This is an established institution that is respected by the Ghanaian law in terms of trying to regularize or bridge a gap between these companies like VRA, Netco, all of that. And so they do that on quarterly basis. So in every year cycle, they do the review 4 times. And so if you remember, as last year when our people went to IMF under ICU intensive care unit, one of the conditions that every quarter of review they should increase this tariffs for us. And so yesterday, reading their press release, they were quick enough to add that.
Before you continue, for the 3 minutes you are doing the policy.
That's fine. Right. And so in their press release, they were quick enough to invite the IMF conversation, but we are not even going to deal with that. It is not just about increments. Greco, VRA, Netco, all of this, they send their report to PURC for it to be reviewed, subjected to auditing. Then they invite stakeholders, organized labor like TUC, civil society, SOC, that is the civil society organization, together with other political parties like MPP, to come on board, and then they will present the report being submitted to them by these various people like ECG and the likes. That this is the reason and this is the proposed increment they want to do. So as a patriotic citizen, you call yourself by your party name, you don't abstain, but rather you go there to listen and maybe perhaps bring your input. Maybe your input is going to guide PURC to advise same as to how the increment is going to be. Remember, in any case, they've always gone for the low rate. So for you to say that they should not just increase this thing, that is not the case. This is an established institution that they do that on quarterly basis. They must always review. So it is time for them to do the last review as far as the year is concerned. Come for us to deliberate. That has been a norm and practice. You are saying that trying to incite the government to Ghanaian government as if we don't care for them, and that's why we are engaged in increasing. D-levy has a different function for what we are saying. Okay. We are not talking about dealing with what. Do you know that it's like you don't even know the reason why D-levy was passed. D-levy was passed specifically to deal with fuel that was bought to power a plant and generation. That is tried knowledge. Okay. The electricity charges we pay, the light bill we pay, does not include the buying of fuel to power this generational plant. That is the reason why D-levy was passed. Okay. So issues about increment has nothing to do with we just trying to increase, like the way you stated so simply that one will just sit down and then increase tariffs. My brother, what I expect of you to do is that as a responsible opposition party, come there, make your point, and even come out safe to tell us that when you went A, B, C, D were the things PURC told you, but you advise safe and provide. That is how criticism or that is how feedback should be. It should be on a positive tangent. It will not just be on a mere rhetoric that you abstaining is making Ghanaians believe as you care for them. We saw what we did in the last age, and this is what they don't always want to hear. And because they are always engaged in element of criminality, they always think that the NDC are safe of NDC are the appetite of doing safe.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Let's move on to our last topic. This topic, I think we can just do 2 minutes with that. Why is Paul laughing? There is no. You are not going to rebut anything.
How you rebut? Because you asked me why I was laughing. Okay. The kind of fun is that I'm trying to incite Ghanaians.
No, you. The party.
So from the minorities camp, we will come. Say the more cast. When you are not Kasapa.
We are the small minority.
It's almost say president's meeting last week with the CSOs. No, it was just a diversion from the pressure Ghanaians are giving to the president on the Galamsey.
Now,
as a meet and greet week,
Mr. Mary, last week. Last Saturday, I was on Joy Prime as a guest,
the primary site, and there was one man consultant who was also a member of a CEO, and then he was there. Now, I was like, after winning power, after voted for power, after 7 January when we were sworn in, you could have called for these CSO meetings somewhere around February or March, and have a think tank with them how we should fight this Galamsey menace. But you did everything on your own, and now you realize how Ghanaians are bashing you on this Galamsey issue before you try to involve them.
Okay. So you don't think that's the right time? They should have done it
earlier. Like after swearing you in, then you call them, you invite them. Maybe 2 months or 3 months, you invite them. Like the way you invite economists from the more deliberate about the economy. You can invite the CSOs, then you talk to them how you can also fight Galamsey. I think like by now some of them will even give you ideas, because the man I'm mentioning his name, Solomon Osu, is a mining consultant, and he works with a mining company in the US.
Okay.
And he knows how we mine responsibly. You get it? So I think inviting him earlier would have been better. But like after listening to the backlash the Ghanaians are giving you, now Jonas is coming out with a documentary on Galamsey. On Galamsey, and is like the bashing that's coming out is like he has to do something to divert attention and do something to, and then that's why even Untumi's name even came after the CSO meeting. The agent started stressing on Untumi like if on Monday doesn't come, I will.
All those things were theatrics.
Yeah, just to at least that they are working, they are fighting the Galamsey.
Okay.
You get it? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So I think the timing was bad.
Okay.
It's not many measures. What the blue water gas, then I learned one woman on UTV. I'm not saying this to maybe to disgrace ladies or something, but the one lady there who said the blue water gas is, in fact, the females among the blue water gas, some are getting pregnant by this Galamsey. Yeah, and then I'm a man. And now how much more lady? What I say? If you go there, we police and the men cry. We are hearing them taking bribes. Yeah. Not be any PSN. Do you get it? So we've exerted many measures. We've put down many measures. And then you are still getting the backlash from Ghanaians. Before you now invited the CSOs, the time was bad, and whatever that advice they're giving to you, Solomon also even came out with it about the deporting the Chinese. You know, the Chinese are mining their country, and then they're mining it well, very well. And they come here and then mine, they mess up our water bodies, and then they leave.
Okay.
They couldn't answer that question for him. Right. You get it? So I think it's very late. Like at the initial moment when he was running, he could have done that just to help solve the Galamsey, because the effect of Galamsey will affect me, will affect you. It doesn't do MPP, it doesn't do NDC, it doesn't do anybody. It will affect all of us. So I think the timing was bad. But it's still late. Still, like, we are still waiting for him to still work harder to fight this Galamsey solely. Like the way he said the president can fight solely. We are still waiting for him to fight solely. It's very, very simple. I don't have anything to talk with you.
Thank you, Paul.
Yes, so the logic my friend seeks to espouse here suggests that it's like this road here. Somebody gets up and want to fix it, then he says that you should have fixed it somewhere last year because it's too late. So for that reason, leave it. Let's even appreciate and go by the logic he has laid down. That is even the case. You know, somewhere last month the president met the media. Then one of the journalists, I think from GH1, asked a question regarding the state of emergency. Then the president said that was going to be his last resort. And this our friends went to town with it, creating an impression that the president is not ready to fight Galamsey and all of that. So you saw MCO's other institution talking about it, that the president should declare emergency. So the best thing ever listening government would do is to invite the people, the said people talking about it, first of all, to let them appreciate the effort and also welcome their constructive views. And then they want to put all of them together in a basket. The issue about Galamsey, we are going to win as a nation. So with this time, I invited them, then told them that after, prior to assumption of office, this is what we did. That's where the minister took the opportunity to talk about, the 5 thematic areas, talking about education, engaging various traditional leaders, and then telling us that even the Mineral Act law is one of the things that is going to be laid before Parliament when a Parliament resumes again for it to be reviewed, because a traditional leader or a chief preserved his or his forest for about a number of years best known to them. Then just by a stroke of pen, somebody comes from Accra with a mining lease that I have a permit and for that reason I'm come to mine your forest there. All these things are going to be looked at. The NIMOS head took the opportunity to tell us how they are working in tandem with other agencies together with people in the community. The environmental department as well, the forestry commission, EPA, all of them had the opportunity to tell Ghanaians the laid down procedure and measures that the government has put in place. And one thing that was striking to note is that all the speakers, regardless of the raising a concern on AB or 1 or 2 problem with some of the 10 governments are going, but they were all satisfied with what? With government approach. First of all, there's even the political will. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has demonstrated beyond any doubt that if there's one man who can fight Galamsey, it is none other but His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Why do I say so? Because look, you see, in time past, you can even get a whole minister telling you that a particular company, here talking about contact mining, is mining in the forest there where he didn't have a permit. In the next 3 hours, the president come with a rebuttal. In the NDC, you're not going to get that. For the past 9 months, can you tell me one contradiction that has come out relative to what issues about NDC official engaging Galamsey? Even in the case of Abanga and Yamin, the Attorney General answered same. He said after when he received the petition, another group of small scale mining petition implicating them as same. So it became very complicated. So they took their time and they referred the matter for it to be investigated. The report has not been brought to him yet, so he cannot comment on it.
Mr. Maria,
so how is that?
WhatsApp, then to check on WhatsApp before.
So how is that a diversion? It is an appreciation of respecting the divergent or views expressed by Ghanaians to tell them that look, it is not that the only way to win the Galamsey is not just about state of emergency, but there are other ways. I always ask myself, what is even state of emergency? Let's even appreciate that we said it. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said that he was going to be honest and transparent to his people. So even as and when he said something in opposition and upon assumption of office, he realized that maybe other alternative way can be what than achieving the same result. It's just about seeing our water bodies turn blue and forest itself turn green. That look, state of emergency is coterminous to that of a curfew, but the other radical way or pragmatic ways we can all do explore as people to achieve this thing. So how is that a diversion?
Okay.
Because it's like when they could not do saving for the past 8 years and we are doing it. Right. So everything we do, even as and when it is even good for them to welcome and then praise the government saying for us to continue in the fight of Galamsey, they come out and with the kind of criticism they give is untenable.
Thank you, Mando. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. We are not going to do any rebuttals. Our time is up.
No, okay.
Our time is up. I saw what you sent. And these things, sometimes it is taken out of context. Did you listen to the entire issue?
If it is taken out of context, then I blame the media house.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I'm just reporting what the media house.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just a convener.
Hey, for now you are a convener.
Yeah.
Hey, you. But gentlemen, I've really enjoyed the conversation this morning. We've had time to dissect into all these topics very well, educate our people and enlighten them on so many things. We thank you. We thank you for making time with us. But before we leave the studio, so last words.
Yes, so I think there's something about Young Communication Forum of the NDC. I think being championed by Captain Ayamba. Yeah, and I think it's a good call that I want to actually urge him on to go on with that thing. Because at the end of the day, it's about unity of purpose, and then by making sure that we neutralize the lies our friends come to spew out there. Because imagine you find this man talking to a group of people, the kind of thing he will tell them. And so once we form this thing with a united front, we're able to champion or tell the Ghanaian people the good things the government is doing. It's unfortunate that time sometimes they don't allow us to deal with the issue about Galamsey, but I mean, once it's not going to end today, in subsequent discussions.
I like it how it's not going to end today.
About Galamsey until we see our water this thing, we are not going to learn. And this is not even a month. And so I also thank you for the opportunity given us that you offer us to come and then see how we can contribute a quota to national development. And so I'm most grateful. And thank you very much for meeting my friend. Of course, it's just about agenda, nothing more. Playing to the gallery.
Mr. Marie, it's quite unfortunate. I heard him saying MPP is trying to incite Ghanaians. MPP is never trying to incite Ghanaians. But what we just want Ghanaians to know is that government hasn't announced any salary increment. So we are not expecting PURC to also increase any tariffs or increase any tariffs. And then JPRT, we also pleading with you. It's a full no bonus and so ever back. We are pleading with them that said Lord Fair, they should maintain it for us. We are all Ghanaians. They too much becoming. And also Mamundi NDC Fuchi and Hombe Bonnet. Omundi NDC Fuchi a combat Ghana for Ghana for bread. If say in 2 be a pay me, in 2 be a pay me, but like bomb, but what a bomb. In 2 years, it is say all the measure honum. And also they have as now cousin to be a pay me and to be a pay me pepe. It must say PPLC. You must slam water bill, light bonnet, and any other bills not count. Whether VR, whether whoever, I'm among Casaboko, my say they should listen to Ghanaians, they should listen to the cry of Ghanaians. Second, I was saying, what share? Oh, my new, you go so air bread, you go so bread, come on, ding. The best slam, moment to my mind, I pay in 2, and I do party, you best slam. It's the best time, send the money and you, my end from a car, you make a mess of a car. You best let Mamun to Mamun to Larry Famo. You best slam. And now, big other greetings to Commander Prince Obin, Better Crowd Commander, regional organizer, Obojuma, and my incoming regional organizer, Commander Kwame Queen. You will be here in Jackson Command, and also to Oti, and also to Mbe, on a organizer, or Sanso Babajan, Better Crowd, regional deputy secretary. Assistant Secretary, sorry. Only I go show non common kesi. That's it.
Yes, so nyame enhira mu nyina sɛ mu nyina ani yɛtena ye. I was sure so but I had yɛ de mo besi. Ɔkyena dasane yɛbɛsa aba mu akwan so. Enjoy the rest of your day.